when a series of shipping disasters points to a mysterious sea monster. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson leave the comfort of Baker Street and board a freighter where they encounter unexpected betrayal and come face to face with the enigmatic Captain Nemo and his submarine, the Nautilus. As they delve deeper into the case, they uncover a conspiracy involving a Russian Tsar with an airship that rains destruction on unsuspecting cities. With time running out and the world on the brink of war, the heroes must use all their skills and resources to stop a massive conspiracy and prevent global conflict. From Eisner-winning writer Mike Barron and illustrator Richard Bonk, dive into the depths of adventure and unravel the mysteries of the sea with the world's greatest detective in Leviathan. Order now on Fund My Comic.
Start your day off right with Our Magazine, weekdays at 9.
Beauty and the Beast will not be seen tonight, so we may bring you a special program. Sorry, but it will return next week at its regular time. Promise.
Greetings and welcome, everybody. That's right, we're back on Sunday nights. Welcome. We're back doing, well, it's kind of the shit list, but it's not the shit list. It's, we're going to rank things, or however you want to put it. So we're going to rank the films of 1985, and we got a lot of them. We've got CC with us so far. How you doing, CC?
Glad to be here.
Glad to have you, and I want to welcome everybody who's joining us from Valiant's stream over there. Welcome, welcome. Hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. And we also have with us all 32 flavors of Nick Weiser as everybody's rolling in here. How you doing, Nick?
Doing pretty good, man. Happy that we got a variation of this show back. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope it leads to many more episodes. Happy once again to be here, and hello, chat. Hello to our wrenches, and hello to you. And CC, how are you, sir?
I've had a few days. Some stuff going on, yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to get your channel taken away?
It might be in danger, but I'm hoping for the best. If it's still here tomorrow, then that's a good sign.
That is true.
Stuff happened. But I'm glad this show's back. I've been missing it. It was a great idea, and yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this.
Well, we're going to do something here anyway. Let me get rid of all these ads and shit. All right, so we've got... Where the hell did all my movies go? Oh, God damn it. All right, I got to fix that now.
Go ahead. CC and I can carry it for a moment.
And we also have Price of Reason joining us.
Oh, yeah!
Price. Really glad to see you.
Price, where are you?
How you doing?
Hey, what?
Oh,
there we go. Oh, he was there. Then he cut out.
Yeah, I was just turning off my heater.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Oh,
well, welcome.
Is that a euphemism?
No, it's really happening. It's making noise, so I'm trying to turn it off.
It's like 15 degrees here. It's supposed to get really fucking cold in the next few days. I don't know how cold it is there.
I think where I'm at, it's even colder.
Is it? How cold do you got right now?
Let me see what the weather is here. Oh, no, actually, it isn't. I guess it's 34 degrees here.
Okay, yeah, it was that earlier, and then we got a drop, and then now the next few days it's supposed to get really fucking cold. But I cannot complain because we have not had much snow. So
no, we have not.
Piss and moan. Yeah, you're not too far away from me, so you probably have similar weather. But
yeah.
I thought the whole East Coast. I thought the whole East Coast was in a deep freeze right now.
Yeah, we lucked out. We did not get all the crap they've been getting out east.
Oh, East Coast is like World War snow.
Well, that's what I've been hearing. It's pretty bad out there. But yeah, so I'm trying to fix this. What I did is I forgot to save the list. That's what happened.
Oh, it's all good, bud. It's all good.
Okay, so
I love what you put together.
I'm trying.
Oh,
not to
right.
add
That's gotta be
doubles at the
tough.
same time.
That's gotta be real tough to do that.
Well, because you're limited on what you can put in the first place. So like I got to do it this way, and then I got to remember where I'm at. Yeah. So yeah. So talk amongst yourself for about 2 minutes, if that.
Sure. So, Bryce.
Yes.
So, considering that this show moves forward and we have a bit of a consistent schedule, what's a variation of a tier maker list you'd like to see?
I hadn't really given it much thought. I'm not even sure what we're doing here. This was such a
Oh,
last minute thing. I understand that we're doing like a tier list for
yeah,
Were
for the year
you-
1985, sir.
I was gonna say, were you on the episode where we did it? I think you might have missed that episode. I think you were away. 'Cause it was
a few weeks back.
the
Yeah, we did
Christmas
an episode on
episode, yeah.
Thursday. Yeah, the
Oh,
Christmas
yeah, yeah.
one.
oh, maybe I had a meal or something. Yeah,
I was gonna say, I think you were out doing family stuff or something. But yeah, like
possible.
yeah, and so yeah, basically what it is we get these. I'll kind of explain it to you here as soon as I get it all.
I think I
Load it
understand.
back
We
up.
take movies
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff
pretty
and we
easy.
put them like, in tiers.
Yep, that's basically what it is. And I have pretty much not every single movie, but almost every movie from 1985 in this list. Pretty much every major release. Let's put it that way. So there's gonna be some we haven't seen. So we'll see how it rolls.
There's
here, but
probably a good amount, but I definitely, the ones I know I've seen, I freaking seen.
Let's see if the
Yeah.
chat can help us. I don't know if this is my strongest year, but when I was growing up, I definitely raided the video store, so I should have seen them.
I was kind of surprised. I thought, okay, I picked 85 because obviously the anniversary being the year. But I'm like, oh, I don't remember there being a shit ton of movies in 85. Boy, was I fucking wrong.
No, the 85 seems like there would be a lot of good ones.
Yeah, it's a lot better than I thought. So yeah. All right, I think I got it ready here.
Yes.
Although it wants me to
Let's
download
go.
an image. Why won't it let me do that one image? Oh well, I'm not doing. Whatever. Fuck that. Okay. Well, anyway. Let's see here.
Seeing, but is it believing?
Okay. I think I
I'm
got
just
it here.
saying.
Okay.
Running.
So, guys, all right.
Where's
Sorry for
the
the slow
buck?
start. We do have a goal out there for super chats. So if you guys want to send us some super chats with your favorite films of 1985, that would be sweet. Let's make this a little bigger. Let's do that.
Embigging it, Tom. Come
Embigging
on.
it.
It's the only way we like it. Yeah.
All right. So starting off, we got
Treat
oh,
it like a
God.
Costco hot dog.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rows at
Dang.
like 15. So 8 times 15 plus whatever this bottom row is. It's a lot of movies. So we're not going to have time to really go through and like be like, oh, I love this movie because of this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah. It's going to be, I liked it, I didn't like it, where you would rank it. And we'll probably try to do an average. And then we haven't seen it for movies that none of us have seen. But if we come to like a real good argument, that's where we'll put it up to you guys out there in the chat. So, all right, what's this live voting poll thing? I don't want to click anything right now.
Don't
Anyway.
do it.
All right, let's get this thing rolling here. So Prizzy's Honor is our first one with Jack Nicholson. I don't know if you guys have seen that one. I vaguely remember it.
I saw it once and thought it was crappy. Was he a mobster or something?
I think so. Anybody else besides me?
It
or
has
Price?
Angelica Houston in it or something.
I think so.
I've not seen.
Some crappy. I really like Jack Nicholson. This was one of the rare stinkers.
So we're gonna throw it in the D range. Let's do that.
Yeah, it had him and Kathleen Turner as two skilled mob assassins. I knew it was some nonsense. It was
Kathleen Turner. That's who was in it. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Kathleen Turner during that era and Jack Nicholson and all that. It's all, and I don't mind all the other people that are in this movie. But I remember watching it once and thinking, man, does this movie suck? Put it.
All right,
I
well,
would
we'll
put
leave
it
it in
on
D.
lower tier, like whatever the crap tier is.
You want to put it on F? You sure you want to put it on F? All right.
Well, fine. It has Nicholson. Give it a D.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, yeah, we can probably throw it in the D range.
Right. Nicholson is enough to bring
There's
it
some
from an F
crap
to a
on
B.
here. Trust me.
Right. Okay. Let's go on.
Jack Nicholson, he's never bad in a movie.
Okay,
Right.
here we
He's
got-
good, even though the movie's shit. Yeah.
Here we got one that's going to be in that upper range. I can tell you already. American Ninja.
Okay, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember really liking it. I'm gonna go with a B.
That's what I was thinking. Anybody else? Price,
I'm
do you
okay
remember
with
it?
B. I may have gone C, but for Nick, I'll go with a B.
I think the longevity of it ranks up there. Kiss of the Spider Woman, one of William Hurt's bigger films, but not one that's more remembered nowadays. I think.
F. Give it an F.
Oh, you're
It's a
going in the
piece-
F category.
It's a piece of shit movie. I saw it many years ago. Everybody was like, "Oh, the Kiss of the Spider-Man." I watched it and I was suffering for hours.
See,
Have you
guys,
seen that?
Bryce doesn't just rip on new stuff; he rips on old stuff too.
Terrible ending. It's a terrible, terrible ending. I was so annoyed at everything. It's almost as if you made like you're gonna laugh at me, but that was like a prehistoric woke movie.
Hey, you know what? I think I kind of remember that. Yeah.
It was like a prehistoric woke movie. It's a guy, he's in a prison with another guy, and the what is it, William Hurt or whatever it is, he's kind of dressing like a woman and acting kind of like a lady, and he keeps wanting to, have relations with the guy in his cell. Man, does that thing suck. I watched it and I thought to myself there was an actual Spider Woman and she's going to do cool things and she'd be kissing people. Instead, there's like some prisoner who wants to be a woman. Man,
Did it
now that's
have
like some false advertising.
Did it have Jennifer Lopez in it?
I
No, it's
wish
way
it had
before
Jennifer Lopez in it. At least
I think
there
she was like
would be
3 when this movie came out.
something. There would be something.
Or
No,
maybe
this
a
is
little
like an
older.
old. That's what I'm saying. This is
It's
like
85.
this is like in the world of dinosaurs. This is like a woke dinosaur, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, let's keep moving because this next one, I know this is one Nick and I probably are aware of. No Retreat, No Surrender. Do you know this one, Nick? It's one of Van Damme's first movies. He actually plays the bad guy in it.
Yes,
And it's
gotta
famous because the main guy in it is called Kid Karate, and he keeps talking to Bruce Lee's ghost, or he has a famous scene, one of the two. I'm misremembering the movie. Yeah, it's kind of a wonky movie, but I think we're gonna throw
I'm
it in
gonna
the
go
C
to
range.
C. Oh, never mind. Yeah, you beat me too. I was gonna say I'm gonna go with a C on this one because
I think
it-
the ghost of
been a-
Bruce Lee helps it.
it was been a while since I seen it, but I remember when I initially seen it, I was just kind of like, eh.
I've never seen it. I have nothing to say about it. I don't know anything about it.
I remember seeing it a few times as a kid, but it came back on my radar again because it was brought up on some Bruce Lee documentary. So,
I
yeah.
feel like the first time I noticed Jean-Claude Van Damme was in Bloodsport. I feel like everybody's like, you got to see Bloodsport. And then I watched it. Whoa, with the
Yeah, that's one of
sand
his
and
first
whatever.
big ones. Speaking of big ones, we got Summer Rental next with John Candy.
I have a fond memory of that movie. It
Yes, I
has
think
John
that's-
Candy in it. There's this part that I love that he gets upset that some guy is in his place, and then he's like, "Oh, it's Papa Smurf," and he's like, "Oh, Papa Smurf, did you see the episode when he takes the crutch and shoves it up your ass or something like that?" I remember just loving that when I was young. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but that's a good one.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing this one quite often. Anybody else want to go any higher or lower than this? I'd say B is a good place.
I
for
think
it.
B.
I'll
Really
stick
because
with
of
B.
John Candy. It could have been a C, but John Candy elevates it enough that I could see it as a B.
For some reason, didn't Harold Ramis direct this or something like that.
Did he?
I think so, or something like that. Or maybe he wrote it. I don't remember.
The,
some
the
reason-
movie really skates on the likability of John Candy. That's really the
Yeah.
price of admission here. It's not the
Yeah.
strongest story or screenplay or anything.
Oh no, it's fun. It's a typical kind of like National Lampoon's ripoff
Right.
for sure. Maybe that's why I think Harold Ramis had something to do with it, but maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe he did. I just don't know.
And then we got Remo Williams. Now this is one I've never actually got to see, but I know this is like a cult classic. I know people keep telling me I have to see it. I do have
Haven't
it.
seen it.
I just have to check it out.
Anybody
seen
you
it?
know, I'm in the same boat. For years, people are like, you have to see Remo Williams, and I've never watched it. I think
CC,
I never
it's up
watched
to you.
The what and the who now?
The Adventures
Remo
of Remo
Williams?
Williams.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, so we're gonna put that sadly in the. You know what? I'm gonna leave it up to you guys out there in the chat.
Oh, do a vote. Do a
I'm
vote.
gonna.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying A,
Let the
or some people
decide.
are saying B.
That's good.
All right.
Let the
Because
market.
I know at least some of our audience have seen this, so we're gonna do this.
We can give it a B at least because I see.
Well, I'm gonna give everybody an option. They'll get to vote on it. It'll stay down there for now until we.
That's fair. You do a vote.
Yep. All right. So let's keep moving along here because we got a lot of movies. Now, does anybody else besides me remember Daryl? This just came out on 4K.
I do. Yes, he was a boy that was a robot, and he escaped the lab or something.
Yeah, I don't think he knew it at first, or at least he was like, it was taken from his memory or whatever.
I actually I haven't seen that movie in years. It may be dated and may not hold up, but when that was around back in the day, I really liked that movie. That was
and he flies like a fighter pilot and shit in it. Or a fighter plane.
I enjoyed it. I'm ashamed to say that I enjoyed that movie. Yes.
I have very fond memories. I gotta revisit it on 4K, but yeah, I do.
You didn't think I would know?
I'm surprised. I just thought it was one of those movies that I would be the only one who remembered it. Anybody else besides me and Price? CC, Nick?
No, it's only us two. We're the only people that ever seen this movie. I think. Yeah.
I think so. Everybody here has got to have seen Death Wish 3.
Oh, dude, that's It's got the last half hour of an endless battle with explosions everywhere. It's not even up for debate.
Right, I'm okay with that.
It is one of the better sequels.
Argue with me? It's an A.
That's fair enough.
That's a canon A, which is basically a B.
Right, so but it's great.
It shoots straight out of an actual cannon from a cannon film being an A.
It will shoot you from a cannon. Okay, so here's one that actually is kind of a guilty pleasure of mine, Cat's Eye, the Stephen King anthology.
Right. Yeah. I liked it. I've seen it and I like it. I don't know. I wouldn't give it an A, but it could be a C or a B.
Yeah, all three stories together bring it down a little bit, but the James Woods smoking story and the last story with Drew Barrymore and Drew Barrymore's in all three of the stories, but the one with the little creature that's on the cover, those stories really elevate it. So yeah, I think B level.
I haven't watched it in a long time, but I know what you're talking about. I've seen it once many years ago, but I liked it. I remember really liking it.
The James Woods one is really freaky.
Yes.
That's the one where he's trying to quit smoking, so he signs up with this company that's supposed to help him quit smoking, but he doesn't realize what he signed off on. It's kind of like the Human Centipede episode before right. Ahead of time, because he really doesn't realize that like his wife and his daughter and shit are basically like at risk if he fucks up, and he's like, he doesn't realize how heavy duty they're watching him and shit. It's scary as hell. It's pretty good, actually.
It's hard to believe how Stephen King used to do cool things, and today he's such a loser. No?
I mean, he got old.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so disappointing. I mean, the guy wrote so many cool books, and he did so many good things, and at the end, they just...
I'm starting to think somebody else wrote most of those, dude. I really am.
It's the best way to explain it to ourselves, I suppose, because back in the day, he did write some cool stuff.
No, I know. I don't disagree with you on that, because my whole thing is like, I've said this before, is like, you get to a point with Stephen King, there's no author like him who have so many stories where it feels like those stories have always existed, and he's just telling the new version of it, right? Like, and how many authors do you know have had so many films, television shows, all that stuff adapted from their work? I can't think of any that are as prolific as Stephen King. And then all of a sudden he hits this fucking brick wall. And some people will say, oh, it's when he got hit by the car. And some people say it's when he quit doing the coke. I honestly think he used to have a lot more ghostwriters, because like he used to crank these fucking books out so fast. And this is what they found out about the Goosebumps guy, R.L. Stine. Because remember, he used to pump these things out like 2 a month.
I remember that was wild.
And they found out he was hiring ghostwriters after a while. So yeah. So I'm starting to wonder the same kind of thing with King.
It seems to me, especially with someone like Stephen King, he is the product, right? If you put Stephen King's name on it, maybe less today, but back then, for sure, you're going to sell it based on his name being on the movie or the book. They probably just turned him into an institution. And there's no reason why they Like, especially if he was signed up for it and he was good with it. It's like, yeah, I just put my name on it, and they get some writers behind him, and then maybe eventually the contract runs out, and he's sitting there wondering, oh, what am I going to do now? And
Yeah.
tries
Well,
to do
Fresh
it
Snow.
himself.
Sometimes I wonder if Maximum Overdrive wasn't us getting a real glimpse of what Stephen King really was, and all the other good stories were ones he just bought. Because I don't know if everybody remembers that one, but that's a different year for a different story, different time. Let's keep moving here.
But you think that somebody would discover it? I mean, somebody would blab. Somebody would say something if there were a bunch of ghostwriters.
The Richard Bachman thing almost makes me wonder too, because I never quite understood his reasoning behind that. Wasn't that something to do with some dispute with his publisher though, or something like that? I can't remember now.
I don't know.
Anyway, let's keep rolling here because we got a lot.
Okay, let's go.
Oh shit, I doubled up some too. God damn it, I doubled up some.
It's okay. When there will be double, we'll get rid of them.
I'll have to skip past them. Son of a bitch. I knew I'd fuck up somewheres.
It's all
anyway,
right.
Volunteers with Tom Hanks and John Candy. Not one of the better ones. It was all right for my memory, but
oh, is that one something? They're part of the UN or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Some dumb thing. Man, that one is really forgettable.
We'll do with a D.
D? All right.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Eric Wimberg flying in here. Look at this. He says, he said rank with $2. Thank you, Eric Wimberg.
That was good.
All right. We got Disney's big live action film that year, The Journey of Natty Gann with John Cusack and that other chick in it. I don't remember who it was.
I haven't seen it.
I vaguely remember it. Anybody else?
John Cusack is another weirdo, but yeah, okay.
Nobody? All right, well, let's throw this one in the never seen it then.
John Cusack could have done nothing. Everybody was fond of him. He seemed like a nice guy. All you had to do was just ride that wave, but nope. Went the Stephen King route.
We got over 300 people watching on the YouTube side, and we only have 62 votes. So I'm giving you guys the next choice here to get your vote in. If you want to speak up to Remo Williams. Okay, here's a fun one from 85. Transylvania 6, 5000.
Haven't seen it.
You've never seen it?
No.
Not seen it either.
CC?
Up you and CC.
I'm trying to find it. I'm looking it
It's
up
got
on
Jeff
IMDb.
Goldblum in it and Ed Begley Jr. Look, you guys just have to kind of see it to get it. It's a satire on the old classic horror films and such. I'm gonna give it. God, should I go? God, there's a lot of people saying A, so I guess I'm gonna throw it in the B range. You should see this price. I think you'll like it.
All right.
That's what you should put on your list. I think you'll dig it. I think if my memory holds up to how good it is, I do have it. I should watch it again. It's been a while. All right, so the next one we got is Porky's Revenge, which I believe is the third film, the worst of the bunch.
I remember not liking that. I didn't hate it with a passion, but I remember not liking it. So I guess I'd go with C or preferably a D, though.
Yeah, I can do a C or a D. I actually saw it, but
end of the stick, yeah.
I actually, it's not that I remember any of those Porky's movies so fondly. I think that I've never been a huge fan of them, but Porky's Revenge sounds, even out of the ones that I didn't prefer, one that I especially didn't prefer.
Then we got Joe Pat 87 sending in $1.99. He says, back when Disney made, movies. Yeah, I do remember it being a big deal when it came out. I don't even remember if I actually saw it or not. I just remember seeing the advertisements all the time on the Disney Channel and shit.
For which one? Not for Porky's.
One. No. Well, you could now because Disney does own Porky's now, I believe. But yeah.
Well, then we'll never see those movies. Will never see the light of day again.
Probably not. All right. Well, here's one for Nick. We got Invasion USA.
Dude, come on. Chuck Norris and action movie genes, which, yes, those are a thing. Anyone who watches Toxic Tuesday knows there are action movie genes, and he rocks the best action movie genes ever. It's an A+, irrefutable. It has no story. Who cares? You're in there for a retardedly great time.
You know what? And it's got an awesome bad guy in it, too.
It does. It has a great bad guy. Even though, once again, there is no story. Don't think about the story. What's the story? Screw the story. Just go with it.
And Remo's going up to the B range. So there you go, guys. You guys voted. That was your choice. So let's keep on moving here. We got Follow That Bird, a movie I actually like quite a bit.
Don't remember it.
Seen it.
Really? Nobody else? I'm going to go out on a limb here because I think this is one of the better Muppet movies.
Ooh, nice.
Mm-hmm. It actually has a really good story to it, too. Big Bird runs away from Sesame Street. Or actually, he gets adopted by birds, runs away from the birds to get back to Sesame Street. That's what it is. Sorry. Yeah, he gets kidnapped and all kinds of other shit on the way.
It's funny you had that sandwich between Charles Bronson and Chuck Norris.
I know, right? Well, now we got Code of Silence with Chuck Norris. So we got another Chucky movie right away.
For me, I'm going to go with a B on this one.
I don't think I've ever seen this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a B. It's great, but it's definitely not the best Norris. It's worthy of a watch.
Which one? Which one is this?
Code of Silence, Chuck Norris.
Some of these movies I get confused between them.
My guess is he's a mute cop.
I mean, usually his movies are pretty good. How bad can it be?
His movies are astonishing.
Well, we're gonna go with
when
Nick's
people
B
think
on
about
that
their weird works of art type of movies. My works of art are Chuck Norris movies. I'm not joking either.
All right, next we got the Care Bear movie.
Haven't seen it.
Okay. Oh boy, it's been so long since I remember liking it as a kid. If I think kid me would at least give this probably a B.
I actually know this movie pretty well. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
it's the one that has Mickey Rooney in it, where he gets the magic.
Was he in it?
The dark magic, yeah.
Holy
the Care Bears save him, yeah.
It's
actually pretty good. The sequel sucks, but that one's pretty good.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a sequel. Okay, go on forward.
The Man with One Red Shoe,
Tom
Hanks film. It's all right.
Never seen it, surprisingly.
I'm gonna throw it in the C range. It's not one of his more memorable ones. Yeah, I know. See, Joe Pat knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. And then we got The Bride. The remake of The Bride of Frankenstein with Sting.
Didn't see it.
Seriously?
Wow.
Am I the only one on here who's seen it?
It's strange. I didn't know there's so many movies in 1985 that I haven't seen. It's actually a year that I did see a lot of movies, but I didn't see that one, no.
It's not the greatest.
Well, I guess
a lot of stinkers.
It's very ambitious, but yeah, it was kind of. And I watched it not that long ago, actually. Here's one that I've been wanting to see for a while because I got the Criterion disc and I just haven't watched it yet. Lost in America, the Robert Brooks comedy.
Oh.
I think that's the one that's the mockumentary, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong.
Didn't see that one. I feel like in 1985 there were very specific movies that I used to watch, and this would have been too kind of highbrow.
Yes, Classy Comics, Clancy Brown did play the monster, if I remember correctly, in The Bride. All right, well, I don't think anybody's seen it, so we're going to throw that in the nobody's seen it.
Nobody in the chat seen it either. Nobody in the world is
like.
I haven't.
We got Star Chaser in 3D. Actually, one of the better Star Wars ripoffs.
Have not seen it.
Haven't seen it, surprisingly, no.
I'll throw it in the C range then. All right, here's a movie I'm going to fight for. Godzilla 1985.
I saw it, and I remember sitting in the theater and watching it and not being impressed with it.
Did I say the wrong Brooks? Yeah, Albert Brooks. That's what I meant.
If I remember seeing it, I actually kind of liked it. It's been a long time. I think I'd go with actually a B on it.
I probably would have given it a C. But if you want...
it's completely different than the Japanese version in certain respects, but because they actually film stuff with...
They tried to do
the original, yeah.
They tried to do like what they did with the original, where they film Americans, and they brought Raymond Burr again to be, in the movie, which was kind of ridiculous, but whatever.
And I have a 35 millimeter scan of this movie because for some reason the American version is just harder than shit to come by. The Japanese one's easy to come by. I got a scan of it somehow, just to say. All right, this is the year of Chuck Norris. He's got another one here. Breaking, or the beginning, Michigan Action 2. I almost called it Breaking. Electric Boogaloo.
Missing.
Missing in Action 2, the movie that was made before the other one, but they released it second.
Love it. A for me.
I don't know if I'd go A. I was going to say that's not as good as the first one. Or technically
That's
the
fair.
second one.
Yeah, right. It's technically the second one. They released it first because, well, this first movie's better. So we'll release this first. So
I have to tell you that I sometimes get confused between the different ones.
I bet. Because it's called Missing in Action 2 The Beginning, which is a really like odd title. Missing in Action 2 The Beginning. Hold on. But
the story behind the two is even crazier.
Oh, yes.
Because there were actually two completely different movies with the same fucking title.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck Norris wanted to do one, Cannon wanted to do the other, or something like that, and then they ended up doing them, and the sequel was better. So they ended up releasing that first.
Really quickly.
Wait, I think the other one ended up becoming a different movie altogether. I think, and then they had the two movies as the one. But yeah, something like that. Anyhow, what were you saying, Nick?
Do you remember that time when Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off a bat?
Of course.
Well, not to be outdone, Chuck Norris bit the head off Batman. When? In the 80s.
Wow.
It was the Michael Keaton Batman.
No way. That's why he couldn't be in the third film, huh? That would have been in the 90s. Here's one that I probably would have seen this. Peter Billingsley in The Dirt Bike Kid.
Haven't seen it.
It's basically a Herbie ripoff with a dirt bike. Am I the only one who's seen it? I've only seen it a million times because my brother loved this movie, but it's definitely not good. So the kid from Christmas Story is in it. Anyway, Making Contact. Has anybody else seen this one besides me? It was an early Roland Emmerich film.
I knew about it. Sadly, never saw
Dean
it.
Devlin.
Shame on me.
It's all right. It's not great. Throw in the C range. The Rainbow Bright Starlight Stealer movie. Anybody?
I think men didn't watch that.
I've seen it because of my cousin.
Of course you did.
I'll throw in the C. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good. All right. We already got the Care Bear movie, so we can go past that. She-Ra and He-Man and the Secret of the Sword. Who hasn't seen this one?
I saw that in the movie theater.
I was going to say.
I remember liking it. I remember liking it. Go to B.
Yeah, we could go.
It's the first 5 episodes of She-Ra, but whatever. All right, and then we got the Adventures of Tom Sawyer, or not Tom Sawyer. Adventures of I can't read it because it's so small. The guy who wrote Tom Sawyer. That freaky fucking animated film from oh shit. You guys know what I'm talking about? God damn it.
I do not.
Mark Twain.
I know nothing.
Tales of Mark Twain. That's what it is.
Haven't seen
it.
From Will Vinton. You guys haven't seen this?
Haven't seen it.
It's like nightmare fuel.
Okay, well, maybe that's why I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
Ooh, no.
The only earthly certainty.
Oh,
oblivion.
Welcome to the mysterious stranger.
What?
Hello.
Who are you?
An angel.
What's your name?
Satan.
Uh-oh.
It's a fucked up movie.
Just say someone got Q on Slayer or something. Holy crud! Put on Rain and Blood.
It is a trip. I'm gonna throw it in the C range. And then we got Modern Medicine with Steve Guttenberg.
Don't remember that one either.
Not seen. Actually, I've not even heard of that one.
I remember at the video store. I'd never seen it though. Oh, they're saying go lower on. All right, I'll bring it down here.
Sometimes when the market speaks.
Yeah. And we got DEF CON 4.
haven't seen
which I
it.
have right here, but I haven't opened it yet.
I guess you're the decider then.
I haven't opened it yet. I haven't seen it.
Oh, you never seen it ever. Wow.
No, it's one
All
I
right,
always
let
saw
the
in the
chat
video
decide
store.
on
But
that one then.
has there been enough people who've seen it?
Well, I'll pay attention. So far,
I got one person who's yeah.
all...
We got one person. That was it.
Is there DEFCON 3 and a DEFCON 2, or do they just...
No, they just skipped right to 4.
Okay.
It's like Leonard Part 6. All right. Well, let's we got a D, so we're gonna throw it in the D range.
Sounds
all right.
great.
Now we got a batshit crazy movie, Howling 2. Your sister is a vampire,
Holy
or I mean a
shit.
werewolf. I mean not vampire.
Another one I haven't seen.
It's got Christopher Lee in it. It's kind of nuts.
Like Nicolas Cage nuts?
He would have been perfect in it.
Oh,
my sister is a werewolf. How's this happen? All right, moving on. American Flyers. I've never seen it. It's about bicyclers, I guess.
No, I haven't seen it.
American Flyers. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's about biking.
You found the most random movies, Tom.
I grabbed everything at least I've heard of, or that was in the. Well, actually, I went by first of all, if I've heard of it, and then also I went through the IMDb top, like, because they have all 200 some movies, but I stopped after a certain point. Like if they got really shitty rankings, or I've never heard of them, or they were like foreign releases and shit. So yeah,
I see.
But I grabbed all the top
Kevin,
films.
This is a Kevin Costner film.
Is it?
I pulled it up. Yeah.
His first role was in The Big Chill because he played a body.
Cut out. Yeah.
He played a dead body in The Big Chill.
That's right. Well, all right. Let's keep moving on. Timpapo or Tapopo or how the fuck you say it? Anybody, Bueller?
Tipopo?
That thing or something like that. Yeah.
I don't know.
They make you watch it in film school, I guess.
I was in film school, and I don't think anybody showed it to me.
I don't. It's like a Japanese film or something.
Oh well.
Mischief. Haven't seen it.
No.
Right. Jackie Chan and Police Story. It's all right.
B.
Yeah.
That one's
It's got
okay.
really. It's not at best of his.
Did you go B or is it C range?
For me, B. I love the stunts. My only issue with it is that it probably drags on like.
I was gonna say for some reason I remember the sequels being better.
Too long.
Because didn't they release
too long?
I was gonna say because didn't they release like one of the sequels first here in the U.S. Because the sequels are better or something like that.
It's possible. I vaguely remember it, but most of the time when I see a Jackie Chan movie, I like it. I rarely, from that era, the kind of older Jackie Chan movies, I usually really like them. So I'm okay with a B.
You weren't going to beat Rumble in the Bronx. Let's be fair here. You aren't going to be, even though it's a different year, you ain't going to be Rumble in the Bronx. It ain't going to happen.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Dragon Brick said sequel's better. I think they released part 2 here in the U.S. first. Tampopo, I didn't say anything about. I've never seen it. I didn't say one way or the other. I just said they actually show it usually in film schools. Because like the only people I know who've seen it have been like the 2 or 3 kids that have been in film school.
Never shown it to me, but okay.
Yeah. And then we got King Solomon's Mine.
I actually saw that.
I say that one's pretty popular.
Yeah,
So
it was kind of like a Indiana Jones knockoff.
It's canon, yeah.
I guess it was their version of Indiana Jones, which felt kind of cheap. But as a kid, I remember liking it. But honestly, I haven't seen it since then. I just remember thinking that, oh, this is trying to be like Indiana Jones. Even as a kid, I knew it. But it wasn't terrible.
C?
Probably a C. Maybe a B. If I was generous, somewhere between a B or a C. I can't remember.
I'd give the trailer a B. That's about all I've seen, but I've never seen it. So.
Seen a lot of C's in the chat. Yeah.
Tomboy is the next one. Anybody? Bueller?
Don't know what that is. Just so you know, even King Solomon's Mine was not that everybody saw that movie. That was like also pretty random. Go on though.
I'm trying to read this fucking title.
He's trying to embiggen.
Oh, Into the Night with Jeff Goldblum. That's what it is. I haven't seen it, but I have it.
Haven't seen it either.
Right.
Nada.
A lot of these movies are shit.
Jagged Edge.
Jagged Edge, I saw it. I saw Jagged Edge. That was a decent movie. It had Glenn Close. Although, you know what?
There's some enthusiasm for that one in the chat. I saw 3 straight Bs. I think the chat has that one.
What, Jagged Edge?
Oh, people are saying Into the Night was a B.
Who's Into the Night? I don't remember.
All right, well, Jeff Goldblum. So I'm going to throw... I know Shout... I just got the Shout Factory one, even though it's Shit Factory.
Jagged Edge, what happened was, it's a very... I don't know if to say downer. There's a woman who I think that she gets murdered.
I remember
and then
it being one of those big movies, yeah.
Maybe somebody serves her grapes, and then Glenn Close is sort of defending a person who was accused of doing this. Maybe is it Jeff Bridges? Who's the person? Who's in the movie?
I think that's who it is. Jeff Bridges. Is she a lawyer?
And he seems like she really believes he's not the guy. But a lot of interesting things happen there in the movie. At the end of the day, when I think about it now, it's all kind of a downer. It's not a bad movie, but I don't love it.
So C?
I could do C. Once like a movie is built too much on serving grapes, it's not my favorite. You know what I mean? Maybe other people, it speaks to them more.
Michelle Pfeiffer was the other one in Into the Night. That's right. Yeah. All right. Keep
what I
moving.
like is that we actually don't have a lot of A's so far, and we're
not yet.
Pretty far along, right?
The A's are down near the bottom. That's why, because that's where the list started. It's the bigger films. Moving Violations. It's kind of a Police Academy rip-off.
Yes, I've seen Moving Violations. Who's in it? I remember this thing.
I think is it Judge Reinhold?
I've seen it. It's like it's from what I recall, it's kind of crappy. I probably would give it a C, even though I like Judge Reinhold. I remember it being rather disappointing.
All right, you're putting it in the C. All right. And then we got what the hell? Oh, Target with Gene Hackman and
what is
Matt
that?
Dillon. Target with Gene Hackman and Matt Dillon.
Don't remember that one.
Haven't seen it. Then we got a bunch of movies we've already done.
Okay.
Except for Demons, we didn't get that one in there before.
No, he did not do Demons. I remember liking Demons. It's been a while.
It's all
since
right. It's like a C.
Yeah, I was gonna say C is good.
Don't recall seeing
German or something like that. I can't remember what it is, but yeah. Let's see here. We got all those. My Science Project we didn't get.
You did not get that one. I actually have not seen that one.
I've seen
even though I remember that one, knowing about that one, I just never.
Dennis Hopper's in it, but it's and I think Fisher Stevens is in it or something like that. And
just not for like 20.
I remember liking it a lot. It was kind of in the vein of like
that. I was thinking Weird Science, and I remember it being like the movie that I kind of watched alongside.
Kind of like Weird Science meets Ghostbusters in kind of a weird way, like that kind of a tone.
It's been a really long time, but the moment you mentioned it, I was like, "Oh yeah, I really loved that when I saw it." So I don't know where that puts it, but
people are saying B in the chat mostly.
Yeah. Wouldn't call it a modern classic.
Couple C's.
Yeah.
I think the jury's spoken.
All right, let's throw it in the C.
Yeah.
All right. We already got Cat's Eye. We already got Invasion. Jesus Christ. How the fuck did I do this?
It's okay.
Perfect with John Travolta and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, I never heard of that
seen
one.
It.
I have.
Oh, dude, tell us. I know you said
one
not
of the worst movies of all time. It's the one about fitness and shit. Anyway, moving on. Enemy Mine. I don't know if anybody's going to argue with me on this one, but this is going up into the A tier.
I don't even who's in it.
That has Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
That's not Iron Eagle, is it?
No.
at the very least, I'd give it a B. But hey, if you want to go for an A, I'll be happy and content.
Iron Eagle is a brilliant movie.
That's 86.
That kid flies that jet. That's just brilliant filmmaking.
Looks like people are doing good.
Yeah, for those who haven't seen this movie, if you like sci-fi, good sci-fi, check it out. It's a good movie. The story is actually pretty... It's a kind of story that you've seen in a million shows and movies before at first, but then it kind of goes in its own direction. It's about these two warring... It's us as Earthlings in the future warring against this alien race called the Drac.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the members of the Drac and one of our guys get stranded on a planet after a battle. And they basically have to learn how to work together to survive. That's the setup. So you've heard, you've seen those episodes before where the good guy and the bad guy get stuck in a position they have to work together. So it's that kind of a thing, but then the movie rolls off of that. And I'm trying to remember who directed it. Jesus, for some reason I just drew a blank. Wolfgang Peterson, I think, directed it. So yeah, it was kind of one of those movies that didn't do well at the box office at the time, but it gained a lot of cult following after the fact. But yeah. Well, yeah, see, everybody's bringing up TV shows and stuff. Yeah, as I said, it's been used a million times in different shows and sci-fi stories before. So, yeah. All right. Now we got a bunch we've already done. Private Resort. Early Johnny Depp movie. Anybody else besides me seen it?
Haven't seen it.
Nope.
It's really not that good. It's like a Porky's kind of movie. Silver Bullet. Speaking of Stephen King.
I've seen that.
Never seen that.
Gary
For a while,
Busey.
but
Haven't seen it.
Corey Haim. Is it going
I just
to the
remember
B or
there
the
was
C?
a period of time where there was a whole bunch of these kind of TV grade Stephen King movies, and they were not that bad. They're C grade, like they're really C grade, but they were.
You're gonna say
it was
C grade?
consistent. I mean,
we'll go C
I don't know,
grade.
where would you put Salem's Lot or Langoliers and stuff like that?
Oh, Langoliers, and I'd put way down. I haven't seen Salem's Lot in forever. I actually don't mind. I think Silver Bullet's actually good enough to go in the B range,
Yeah.
and the audience is pushing for B, so I'm going to push it up to the B because it's pretty good. Corey Haim's in a wheelchair. Gary Busey's in it. Freaky looking werewolf. Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, Part 5, the one without Jason.
I've seen that one.
Who hasn't?
Saw it once and wasn't wild about it.
Yeah,
so
that's
I'd
not one of the
probably go
better
with a
ones.
D.
That one had Corey Feldman in it,
For like 5 seconds, yeah.
right? But I recall
Just
him
in the
being...
opening sequence, you're thinking of 4 probably.
Oh,
He shows up just in the cameo, and then he wakes up and he's an adult. It's the one where Tommy's in the fucking nut house or the halfway house with all the other kids, and the kid gets killed over a fucking chocolate bar.
Yes. I'm. It's beginning to come
It's
back.
one of those movies that I've grown to love for how bad it is over the years.
Just like that, huh?
Just like that, and just like that, it goes from F tier to C tier. Spies Like Us, Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase.
Yep.
Fairly popular film.
That one
at the very least B.
I could give it a
it's
B.
got the it probably gets a B just for the Paul McCartney theme song.
I haven't seen that one in a really long time,
Yeah.
but that one is for me a B.
Yeah, I think that's where they end up. Was it Russia or
Russia with some
Siberia or
missiles, and
something
then
like
there's
that.
two
Yeah.
Russian ladies, and then they're
Yeah.
like they have a romance with them in the snow or something, and they
Yeah, it's
manage
all right.
to resolve like a crisis of sorts. It's preposterous. It's a type of movie you could only get away with in the 80s. It's complete like Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd or whatever it is. But you know what? I like it.
And for some reason, didn't I think like Walter Matthau did one with somebody else around that same era that was similar to it? I'm trying to remember what it was. But anyhow, Day of the Dead. I'm going to put this in A tier, unless you guys want to argue against that.
I get no
That's
That's
argument.
good. Yeah, I didn't watch. I didn't see it.
To me, it's actually the best of the sequels. I actually like it better than Dawn of the Dead. I know that's kind of sacrilegious.
No, I actually agree with you. It's my favorite.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
it's got Bub in it.
I think I've only seen Night of the Living Dead.
This is the one that takes place down in the salt mines. And that's where basically all the military people are left, and
I think I didn't see it.
And you got what's his face?
I mean, I know there's there's the whole sequence where they're trying to train the zombie. I loved it. Personally.
That's Bub. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, say hello to Aunt Alicia.
Is that still Romero making those movies?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I like the first one, but then I never felt like watching any more of them. Were they any good?
Oh God, yeah. You should see Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
It's good and it's got some great shit. Like the military guy, the caps, I forget his name, but he always makes me laugh because all he does is fucking scream at everybody. And he calls the one main guy Frankenstein. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing with our time, Frankenstein? Are we just jerking off?" Like, yeah. He's like, "I say we shoot the lot of them and move on." Well, the time to do that would have been years ago. We don't have enough bullets. Like, what the fuck do you mean we don't have enough bullets? That's what I said. There's more of them than there are bullets. It's like, fuck, we're fucked. Like, that's it. We're like down to like the minimum of what's left of people and shit. Like, yeah, it's like the end of the barrel kind of thing, or end of the line, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, Real Genius, Val Kilmer classic.
Yeah, that's a good one. I could give that a B.
I'm gonna throw that in the B range.
Is William Atherton the bad guy there? The same guy as Ghostbusters?
Yes.
I once met him, and
Did you?
I met him, and I was so happy, and he seemed so grumpy in person. He seemed actually like he did in the things. I tried to give him a compliment, and I said I said that I thought that he was a very underrated actor. But again, maybe those type of compliments that I give are
I could see that as seeing that like as kind of like I see it as a compliment where you're standing.
But not where from his standing. I get it.
But from his standing, it was probably more of an insult. Yes.
I feel like now when I think over the years of the encounters that I had that people got offended, I probably could have worded things differently. But I in all the times that I was being offensive, quote unquote, I meant well. It's just that I think that they didn't understand that they were getting a compliment.
I'm sure he did, and that's probably why he wasn't being complete dickhole. But
right.
He's probably somebody who's dealt so much, because he's talked about it before, where for years he kind of resented the whole Ghostbuster thing, because every time you go down the street, all he'd hear is somebody calling him dickless. But then he's learned to embrace it. But like, yeah. So yeah.
Anyhow, I was really happy to see him. Like I was genuinely happy and thought he's great. But I guess there's ways you need to speak to actors, I guess, and I don't really
funny
care.
Because he actually turned down the role in Mallrats of the dad that Michael Rooker plays, because Kevin Smith wanted him to play that role because of his role in Ghostbusters, and he's like, basically he wanted, and that's why he turned it down. But then he went and did the Pauly Shore movie, Biodome, where he basically plays the same fucking role.
At the end of the day, somebody probably called him, maybe his agent or manager or both, and just said, "Listen, you want to get paid? They like it when you're a dick. Just take the role."
Well, I think it was just the way it was presented to him, to be honest with you.
Maybe. So maybe my compliment wasn't presented nicely to him either.
I think he seems like one of those prickly kind of people.
Compliment.
Yeah. Biodome paid better. That's true, most likely.
Because underrated is it implies that people don't rate him.
That's what I was getting at. That's why I could see him
or not getting enough
credibility. Seeing it as an underhanded. Yeah. Anyway, Rambling Rose of Cairo. That'd be the Woody Allen film. Anybody else seen it? Anybody seen it?
Haven't.
I don't think I have
actually. Not that one.
Not for a long time. I went through a phase where I wanted to watch all the Woody Allen movies. Doesn't mean I intimately remember. It's
supposed to be
all.
one of his better ones, but yeah.
I mean, I remember it being one I enjoyed more. It's just been so long that I can't like.
Is it really an F though, Mars Monkey Max? Or are you just giving that because it's a Woody Allen film? That's. So I was gonna say, I remember this movie being one of his.
You know what? I didn't actually even like Annie Hall that much, but I remember liking Rose of Cairo. So I mean,
I was gonna say I remember this being one of his bigger films.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I've always, even before all the scandals and whatever, I wasn't such a huge fan of Woody Allen's stuff. I mean, there's stuff that I've seen of his that I can appreciate.
I actually liked him better in other people's movies than his movies usually.
Or I like movies that he directs and he's not in them. Like if you don't have to see him in the movie, that already is like a bonus.
Well, he only plays the one role. That's the problem.
Right, and it's a very annoying role. And I think since I was a kid, I was just annoyed by it.
New Yorker, yeah, that's all he can do.
Yeah. I'm so
maybe I should have did it better. I don't know. I guess I was thinking the wrong thing, and then if I didn't do it right, that's his nebbish little thing.
Right, that annoying thing. Like you see it in one movie, it's fine, but come on, how many movies can you see the same thing? I know people will say that he's a genius. And by the way, Mars Monkey Max, I heard that his wife really enjoyed that movie you didn't like.
I've got the trailer.
She's
up
the
now,
star
I
in it. That's
remember.
why.
This is definitely one of the best.
Which wife is that one? Is that his previous wife?
Mia. Well, this is either I think he was with Mia at this time. Yeah, because she was in all these movies in this era.
Yeah,
I think this
remember
is when they were together. I don't think did they ever really get married. I don't think they ever got married.
I think
that
they
was the
did.
other thing, because that was the thing I learned in the documentary too. Because I learned a lot more from that documentary. That was like, okay, so why are they making such a big deal out of this shit? Like, I didn't really get it after that. I was like, I really, it made it look better.
I'll tell you why. It's not a good look. Yes, he somehow, I guess, but he wasn't married to her. She wasn't this, he wasn't that. Somehow the whole thing isn't a good look. And if you're smart, those are the kind of things you steer away from. But
I
will
disagree
say,
with you.
Mia Farrow herself is a nutcase, and her children seem like nutcases. So it's a very complicated situation to evaluate. It's not
after
like
seeing her documentary. Remind you, this is her documentary. I believe Woody is innocent.
I believe that too.
But I also agree with Price. I think it's like
it was bad optics. It was fucking stupid.
It's really, really bad optics. Innocent in the sense. Okay, here's what I think. I can't believe.
I don't think he did anything to her daughter.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of strange bullshit. I think that Mia Farrow is a nutcase.
And not only that, I do think that his kid that he thinks is, or that he claims is his, is actually Frank Sinatra's. Because
I think that too. He looks just like Frank Sinatra. He doesn't look anything like Woody Allen. But what I'll say is that Mia Farrow was a nutcase and still is one. And I don't really know to tell you. She's an unreliable witness or whatever you want to call it. I can't trust anything that she says. So that whole story for me seems very flimsy. But what I will say is that the optics of him ending up with that Yu Xin Wu lady or whatever her name is, I think that he should have just steered away from it. And I know he's like, well, the hot ones with the hot ones, but like, I don't think so. I think like keep your dick in your pants and find somebody like that's more age appropriate.
Yeah, that's the problem. A, it was the age, and B, it was the fact that Mia presented it to the press that it was his. He had nothing to do with adopting her. They didn't live together.
It wasn't his adopted daughter, and I don't think he was married to.
And she was
Mia
actually
Farrow.
with somebody else when she adopted him. Or adopted her. She was with some other guy. The guy between there. That's the other thing too. Mia was. Anyway, see that documentary and you'll get where I'm coming from. Because I was one of those people.
Get it. I totally get it.
I was one of those people that completely believed that Woody Allen was nothing but a creepazoid, and like you said, the optics of that situation did not help his case.
No,
it did not.
No, and even if I accept that, like I absolutely believe that Mia Farrow is a liar. I believe a lot of things, but even if I accept everything that you're saying, the guy, has to also use his brain. This out of all the women in the world, you're Woody Allen. You have to have the adopted daughter of your former whatever she was. That's who you're going for. If you are, then you're an idiot. You know what I mean? That's what I think. That like just for the stupidity.
But they're still
alone,
together to this day. So like that's the way I look at it. It's like whatever. It is what it is, and let's move on because we got the young Sherlock Holmes next, and I know that's pretty popular.
All right.
I haven't seen it, but
fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I just want to get past the Woody Allen thing. No offense. Let's get past it. Well, let's see. The audience is giving it like an A, and I seen some.
Which one? Which one is this?
Young Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, I liked it, but I wouldn't give it an A. I think I would give it a B. It's the first time there was a CGI character. What is it? Something the glass turns into
glass guy,
CGI person or some crap like that.
Yeah. All right.
Such an important movie, that nobody even cares about. But like that thing is actually like a milestone, a cinematic milestone.
All right. And then we got what was next? I hate it now that I got all these doubles in here. Flesh and Blood, the Verhoeven film that I have not gotten a chance to see, but I've heard is pretty good.
I've never seen it, but if it's Verhoeven, I really should see it.
Yeah.
Right? It's definitely worthy of a watch if it's got Verhoeven directing at the very least.
CC, have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
I'm going to say I figured you would have said something had you did. All right. Nightmare on Elm Street 2, the gay one.
I like this one.
I like it. I'm sorry. It wasn't gay when
I'm
it
not
came
joking. I like it. I'd go B or A.
I'm going to throw it in the B's.
It wasn't gay when it came out. I'm just saying that.
It's good.
Oh, it was pretty gay when it came out, dude.
It was?
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Well, the people who made it were gay.
Right, but when I watched it, I'm trying to think of like what messages were there that were gay in there? I mean,
are you kidding me?
You
can't
watch the
remember.
movie, dude. Dude, the whole movie is one big gay allegory. The coach is clearly into like the S&M shit because he meets him in an S&M bar. Then he takes him back to the school and he makes him run laps and tells him to get in the shower. And then Freddy takes him and ties him up in the shower and whips his ass. And then when he starts freaking out later on, he goes to Grady's house and Grady says it himself. He's like, dude, she wants to sleep with you. And instead you're here trying to sleep with me. Basically is what he said.
You know what? I'll tell you something. I think the number
He's
two.
like, there's something inside me trying to get out. And I can't.
You know what? I have to watch that movie again.
It is so fucking gay, dude.
Out of all the Nightmare on Elm Streets, it's the one that I've seen the least. And I feel like over the years when I did rewatches, I just went from 1 to 3 because 3 really feels like the sequel to 1. So I kind of usually just block out 2. Even though back in the day, I didn't hate it, but I don't remember much about it. I remember there's one scene that he's doing something naughty, and then he thinks he's going to do something with his tongue, and the tongue becomes like this very long.
That's the scene. Okay, now I remember the exact line. It's like she's hot for your body, and you want to sleep with me. That's what he said. And it sounds like at first, if you think about it, he just wants to stay over. But if you actually listening to it, yeah, no, the whole thing is one big gay allegory. But you know what? It does it so well. It has some of the most inventive, like, nightmare sequences and some of the coolest lines, like, you got the body, I got the brain, and all that kind of shit, and just some of the coolest looking Freddy stuff. And
I have to revisit it. It felt different than all the other movies, even though I don't know if it was a good different, but it was definitely.
It doesn't fit with the rest of the movies.
Doesn't fit with the rest of them.
We're talking about this here on Toxic Tuesday.
It breaks all of the rules. In fact, this movie is the reason why they have the rules from 3 on.
Right.
Even though the movie made more money than the first one at the box office, they knew that they heard the response and they're like, we gotta fucking fix that.
Really liked where 3 went. I feel like 3 was such
yeah.
a good sequel to 1. Even though there was a strange retcon in 3 that they're just like, see, the way it ends with 1, you think that everybody died, but then it's only like the mother died. They did a weird retcon in 3 that you just kind of accepted, even though you don't understand.
It's not really a retcon. It depends on how you view it, because the end of the film is technically still the nightmare. It either you look at it as everything that happened outside of that is reality, or she dreamt the whole goddamn thing and it's about to happen again. Either way, it's still right, and everybody still dies. So she does acknowledge
but
that
Nancy
she lost
doesn't
all her
die
friends.
in the first movie.
No, she never did die, but she does acknowledge that she lost all her friends and shit. So
right.
like all that happened or whatever.
Okay, but the end, just quickly, at the end of at the end of Nightmare on Elm Street 1, she says, "You're nothing, Krueger. You're nothing." And then he's like, "Roo!" And he falls apart.
She's still in the dream. That's the thing. Yeah.
And then it seems like he's the best. Like she's the best. She won. He's gone. And then the next morning, everything is great. She opens the door. Her mom is there. The kids are there.
She's still dreaming.
Still dreaming. And then they drive off, and suddenly Freddy Krueger takes control of the car. And it's like, the mom gets pulled through the door.
Where your confusion comes in is when you thought she woke up and pulled Freddy out of her dream. She never woke up. She was still dreaming.
So When did she wake up, and where was Freddy?
We never saw her wake up. We don't know what happened after that. She survived. We know that. But the original ending was that she was just supposed to turn around, turn his back on him, and everything was supposed to be fine, and the whole thing was supposed to be a dream. Robert Shea didn't like that. They made another ending. Him and Wes Craven and Robert butted heads because Wes was getting the idea that Robert was just trying to set up a sequel, and he didn't like it making it look like Freddy won. So they compromised on the ending. So the ending is actually made up of the 3 different endings cobbled together, and that's why it's confusing. But really, basically, yes, everything that happened in the movie, as far as 3 is concerned, happened. She survived, but her mother and all her friends do die.
But the father did survive. So the
father
scene
never
in 1,
died. Yeah.
the scene in 1 where the father sees that the mother is like burning, did that really happen or no?
No, as far as we can tell, that was still the dream. She never was able to pull him out or anything like that. Or if she did pull him out,
so what did the father see? What does the father know?
I think the way he treats it is she just died in her sleep and probably died of over drinking.
I see.
See, because what we're left to understand is that her being burnt just happened in.
Because I like that in the first
dream.
one, the father sees it. Finally, he believes her because he sees that the mother is burning. So she's not a stupid lying bitch, the kid. So now the father saw it. But now you're telling me the father never even saw it.
Yeah, he puts out the fire, but then notice how he acts all weird and funky after that, like nothing happened.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really kind of confusing, but you got to rewatch it, and then you kind of get it. And that's the way I kind of button it up. And basically, Wes and everybody have said it both ways. They've said that it all happened, the ending is a dream, or the whole fucking thing is a dream, and it's just starting over again at the end, and she woke up and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So the whole thing when the mother, that's why Wes wanted the mother to get pulled through the window, so we know that that's a dream. Because obviously that could never physically happen. Right? Like,
no,
that's kind of the point. So like that was where he won that war because
it's like a blow-up doll or something.
Yeah, he only got one shot of that because Bob wasn't going to let him do it again because Bob's like, we don't need it. So and he's like, no, we need it, and that was where he won his battle on that one. But anyway, we went way too far on that.
Sorry, go on.
No, you're fine. I know a lot about the Nightmare on Elm Street films, so I'm the right person to ask. Yeah. No, don't be sorry. Brewster's Millions. That's one I love.
That one's at least
a remake.
Brewster's Millions at least a B.
You know what? I'm going to go into A tier.
You know what? That's fine. I'm not going to fight you on it.
Yeah, Brewster's pretty good.
I've seen it a million fucking times.
Well, that's what I mean.
Me too.
It's in the category of movies that you're just going to keep going back to.
It's great.
Absolutely.
It's just it's
definitely one of Pryor's best
for sure.
House from the producers of Friday the 13th, the first one with William Catt.
I feel like I've seen it, but I don't remember it.
It's good. It's not as good as part 2, but it's good. I'm going to put it, I think George Wendt is in this one too, yeah. I'm going to put it in B tier. Although it feels like it's so much better than Nightmare on Elm Street 2. That's the problem. Okay. Anybody else seen it besides me? No?
I have not. Check your private really quickly.
I'm looking down. Oh.
You're looking down?
Should I not?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Sounds good. All right, carry on.
Oh, this just got really gay.
And then we got where were we? Oh yeah, Sure Thing.
Haven't
John
seen
Cusack and Daphne Zuniga. Really?
I have not. I remember hearing
Am I the
about
only one
this,
who's
but I
seen
never
it?
saw it.
Wait, which one is that?
Sure Thing.
Yes, I have seen that.
Didn't Rob Reiner direct that one?
Yeah,
I have seen it once, but I'm struggling. Remind me what it's about.
Okay, John Cusack goes on this trip to see this chick because it's supposed to be a sure thing, and they end up fucking hating each other. But of course, they fall in love by the end.
Yes, I've seen that movie. I've seen it once. I don't think that it especially kind of left a real impression on me. I think that I saw it and thought, okay, it's fine.
It's kind of like Cusack and Reiner's mid tier.
I could put it in a C, and nothing bad would happen.
But the problem with it is I'll leave it in C, but the thing is like it did coin that term kind of in my way, in my memory. But we have Brahma Bull joining us. Have you ever seen Sure Thing?
I've seen it.
Oh,
what would you say?
I would say it has to be a C because the much better movie with Cusack that year was Better Off Dead. That's got to be like
which is coming up.
Yeah.
So
that's
you can't put Sure
tier A.
Thing anywhere near that.
Yeah,
that's
a
agree.
good point. All right, keep moving. Then we got the big Disney animated film of the year, The Black Cauldron.
I remember seeing this. I remember liking this one. I'd go the C.
Sorry. I'm actually with Nikolaiser on this one. I think it gets a lot more hate than it deserves sometimes.
Which one?
Maybe I gotta rewatch it, but I do remember liking it, but not loving it. But maybe it's aged well.
Which movie?
The Black Cauldron.
Black Cauldron. I liked it.
It wasn't great. I mean, it's got this mythology around it now because it's basically disappeared from everything. I had the coloring book.
Nice.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's hard to find.
Yeah.
Well, when Disney Plus first came out, they did put it on.
They did have it on 4K, and this is supposed to be from that same 4K master, but this was Disney Movie Club. You can't read it, but it says at the top there or whatever. Disney exclusive. So yeah, it's a little bit harder to find. They cut the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was far too dark. It was far too dark for a kid's Disney animated.
Yeah,
movie
it was their
at the
first
time.
PG rated film.
It was pretty
animated film anyway. Yeah. Anyhow, let's keep moving along. We've got A Chorus Line, the movie. Anybody seen it?
Nope.
What's it called?
I think I have, but I probably saw it because somebody in my household watched it, and it's nothing that I would have watched. It bored me, and I thought it was stupid, and I thought that the songs are so annoying, and I still think that A Chorus Line is like the biggest con job ever. That's with all that God, I hope I get it. I hope I get it. Like that stupid crap, right? That's the movie.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Come on, those silly songs.
I don't know, it's not worth going on about, so I just threw it in the F's because you said F.
Okay, I'm cool with it. If you put it in F, then I don't have to talk about it anymore. You put it in F, I'm good.
Once Bitten, B or C.
Is that the Jim Carrey movie?
Yep. With what's her name?
Which one?
Once
the
Bitten.
one where it's the vampire movie with Jim Carrey. One of his early ones.
I like it, so that's
what's
why I'm
it called?
debating. Once Bitten.
Ah, yes, it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
I thought that was with Nicolas Cage.
No, he's in Vampire's Kiss.
Oh.
Which is funny because they got bundled together in a DVD set, but yeah.
Once Bitten was a very early Jim Carrey movie.
Yeah.
Once Bitten is Jim Carrey is the star of it?
Yep. Yeah, this is
the
the
male
one where
lead, it's a female vampire.
Yeah. Cleavon Little plays her gay fucking. It's actually pretty good. I want to throw it in the B's, but I'm giving anybody a chance to defend it to say it's not very good.
I've seen it once.
I just
I'm going to throw it in the B's. I'm going to throw it in the B's. So, all right. This is one that's going to be a toughie. A or B for Fletch.
Oh, Fletch is good. At least
Fletch, the first one, A.
Yeah, the original Fletch.
The original Fletch, A.
I agree. Anybody want to fight that?
Nope.
Because I know the next one's going into A tier as well. Unless somebody wants to fight me on that one.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, hell, come on. Of course it's an A. I was a big Pee-wee fan when I was a kid. Pee-wee was freaking amazing for me.
That may be my most watched movie from that year.
I think this next one is Explorers, if I'm not mistaken.
I used to watch Pee-wee's Playhouse all the time.
Yeah, Explorers.
I do.
Cowboy Curtis. Missy Vaughn.
All right, Explorers is next.
Zombie.
Mechalika High, Me Ho.
Anybody on Explorers?
Got nothing.
Who's in Explorers?
Once a long time ago.
It was River Phoenix.
River
and Ethan
Phoenix
Hawke.
and his Joe Dante film, I think.
What does he do in that movie?
Ethan Hawke.
It's
okay. Now
don't they
I
have a
remember
trash can that they turn into like a
I remember it
spaceship or
actually being
something
pretty
like that?
good.
Yeah, I remember it being
'Cause
good, but I
got
haven't
onto
seen it
that.
since I was a kid.
I got onto that because I was watching Stand By Me, and I was like, "Wow, these guys were in another movie, right?" And I remember it being really,
I don't
really good.
recall
It's just
that
been a
one.
long time.
I guess we're going to leave this one up to the chat. So I'm going to put the poll up.
I'm seeing A's and B's in the chat.
I was going to say, I'm going to leave it up to the chat because I have not seen it since I was a young kid.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I know of it.
You do know of it. Oh, yeah.
He has a recurring dream about a blueprint, which he draws. Then they build it.
Yeah, out
and
of a
it's
trash can
spaceship.
and shit. Yeah. That's all I really remember.
I remember the ending vividly.
Yeah.
Because
We're
in
gonna
the
put
end,
this
they're in.
here.
Yeah.
All right.
Some weird.
Desperately
I don't
Seeking
wanna spoil
Susan.
it,
I
but
think
yeah.
that was Madonna's first film, or one of
That-
Madonna's
that's
first
yeah.
films.
That's at least a B. At least a B. I
was
like
gonna
that
say, I
movie.
remember that one being pretty
Price
popular.
coming in with confidence.
It's also got, was it Rosanna Arquette?
Rosanna
in it, I think?
Arquette and
Yeah.
Aidan Quinn. That one's a fun movie. I remember seeing it, and throughout the years here and there, I saw it again, and it's like a fun 80s movie. I would totally give it a B.
Okay. Killa. I think he went to go hit the pisser. So, anyways, we could carry. No, so 1985. I know we haven't gotten to the best yet, but so far it's nice to know within the list that we have Pee Wee, we have Charles Bronson, we have Chuck Norris, and we had that Muppet movie. I mean, we could have had a more polarizing A list for the 85 so far. And I know more will follow, but it's pretty funny what we have so far. It's like, holy crap. These movies are so polarizingly different, and yet they're all still great. I see a Bond there too. I think that's A View to a Kill, actually. That's a poster for A View to a Kill. Roger Moore's final Bond. I see the poster there.
View to
I
a
see
Kill should get a
Commando.
good grade. Somebody
Yes.
said that Madonna can't act, so it should be an F. Let me tell you, in that movie, she pretty much just acts like herself. She's not asked to do anything except for just kind of sit there and act like Madonna. So if there was ever a movie that I think she was pretty good acting in, it's probably that one.
That and Dick Tracy, where all she has to do is sing a song and then act like she's sultry in some way.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah.
So Madonna. I forgot she was in Dick Tracy.
You know what? When she was in
Yeah.
it, Dick Tracy, I felt very positively about her. I remember seeing her in that movie, and
Y'all are wrong. She was not in Dick Tracy. Dick Tracy was in Her.
I remember watching Dick
I
Tracy.
actually live by a street down the street from me. It's called Dick Tracy Way.
She was in Dick Tracy, and I remember that his Tess, whatever her name was, I don't know, his
Tess
girlfriend,
Lockhart.
and she's like, he's trying to explain to her why he was talking to like Madonna, but
Yeah.
I understood what Dick Tracy's dilemma was there, because Madonna was looking pretty good in that movie.
That was her to peaks, indeed.
Yeah, but
and I
Tess
said
was
peaks on
looking pretty
purpose.
good back then too.
So all right, Cocoon is our next one. Anybody want to argue with me that's A tier? Probably
You know,
not.
I've never
That was
actually
best.
seen it, but every adult in my life at that point was like, they love that movie.
As long as it's not Cocoon the Return, I guess I could
Oh,
let
no.
the A slide.
Definitely not The Return.
Do we
got
have an
Red
S tier?
No, I got A, B, C.
Okay,
D and
so
F.
A is the highest. We didn't do an S. Okay.
No, I don't understand that shit.
S.
To me, A is
super.
A. So what the fuck? Yeah, super. I don't get it. So what the fuck's the difference? A is A, and F is F. So whatever.
All right, just
Yeah, that's
establishing
where I'm
rules.
at. I'm like, I get it. I know. I mean, I don't get it. That's what I'm saying. Red Sonja is next.
Oh,
I didn't
A.
hate it.
I love it.
It's fine. B.
It's fine.
A or
We're
B.
going
yeah.
B's or C's. Okay, B. B section is getting pretty thick.
It's a Conan movie.
I know, right? Yeah, the
With-
thickie.
It's one of the least though. Then we got Reanimator.
Don't remember that
know
one.
If I've seen that.
Pretty
I
popular.
remember
film.
it, but I don't know if I've seen it. Yeah. I'm gonna say I haven't seen it.
I don't think I've seen it either. Is it a horror movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw it in a B tier because I know it's pretty beloved. Live and Die in L.A.
Remind me, I feel like I've seen that one. What happens in
I
Live
think
and Die?
William Friedkin directed it. I think it's like a noir.
I feel like I've seen it, but I can't remember.
Not William Friedkin. Who directed it? Shit. Was it him or Michael Mann?
Who stars in it?
It's Willem Dafoe's in it, I think. I'm trying to remember who else. I've never seen it, but I have it.
I've never seen it, but I have it.
Trust me, that's a lot of my movies.
I bet. I've seen your shelves.
The shelves are huge. Tom's got big shelves, the best shelves.
You know what? I have to watch this movie. I thought I saw it, but when I look at the poster now, I'm not sure. Looks like something I would be interested in.
Oh, yeah. William Peterson's in it, too. Yeah, it was Friedkin. Okay, I thought so. All right, cool. Should we turn this one over to the audience?
I think so.
They haven't voted in a while. Let's give them a voice.
Well, they've got Explorers up here right now, and it's getting... so we're going to end that one. Explorers, I think, is going B tier. Yep. All right. So
that's what it seemed.
So the next one we're going to throw up here is throw up Live and Die in LA.
The only thing being said, well, I'm not looking at the poll, but the only thing being said is B. Most people don't seem to remember it if they did see it.
Oh, we got a lot of B's.
No, just one B from Sander Hammerslag.
All right. So we'll do a poll.
Pew, 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 pew.
I mean, if I get a bunch of people in the same row that say like the same thing, that's where I've been going with that. But like,
yeah.
All right.
This one's poll worthy, though. It sounds like it.
All right. Keep moving on. Let's throw that up in here for now. And then we got Out of Africa.
I have the
soundtrack, but I've never seen it.
Is it supposed to have an exceptional soundtrack to it or something?
I don't know. I just bought it. It came in a lot of soundtracks I bought on eBay.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I got nothing. Looks like the panel's got nothing either.
I tried watching it and I was just like, oh.
You know, so I don't think John Carpenter had a movie this year. Somebody asked what Carpenter movie came out this year.
This was Sidney Pollack produced with Meryl Streep and Robert Redford. It's a American romantic drama film.
Sounds like a movie designed to win awards.
It was.
Oh yeah, I think it won the Best Top Picture award, I think.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, did it? Okay.
I think so.
And when you say Robert Redford, yeah, that's like, okay, clearly they want to win awards.
And Meryl Streep.
I guess Price might say it's not a movie the men have seen.
Out of Africa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like at some point in my life I tried to watch it. Like I started watching it. I must have gotten like a third into it or something like that. And then even though I was young, I said to myself, this is a movie for women. And I turned it off. You think I'm kidding? That is a true story.
It's accurate.
It won 7 Oscars, had 30 nominations.
They could have given it like a Lifetime Achievement Award and 500 Oscars in the same ceremony, and it would still be an annoying movie that you'd get annoyed watching maybe 30 minutes of.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Fright Night. A tier. All the way.
Yeah.
If I can't get it up there.
Yeah, it's okay.
The OG. No arguments. All right. Legend of Billie Jean. Am I the only one who's seen it? Pat Benatar song? Nobody?
Got nothing.
Got Christian Slater, Helen Slater.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a B. I like it. I guess
I was 4 years old. I had to go back and watch anything from this year.
What's the song? Jewel of the Nile, the sequel to Romance.
I rather like that one. I know some people don't like it. I like it. I mean, it's somewhere between B and C. I haven't watched it in a long time, but call me nostalgic. I would have given it a B. Maybe it's a C. I don't know.
I'm going to say in the C's. Here's the one we got all debate on. Police Academy 2, their first assignment.
Ooh.
That's the first appearance of Zed as the bad guy in Sweet Chuck, right?
Correct.
You know what?
I like Police Academy.
I like
too.
it. I like Police Academy movies. I like this movie. I would give it a B at least.
Yeah, I'm with Price. A B was where I go with it. I like these movies.
And Steve Guttenberg has proven to be a pretty good guy in the last week.
We got a lot of A's in the. We got a lot of A's.
Let the chat decide on that one. You know, sometimes you gotta.
I like Police Academy too, yeah, but 3 and 4 are actually a little better.
But that's what I mean. If it's the fourth, if it's the fourth of them,
Citizens on Patrol is the fourth one.
Yes, that's the better of the sequels, in my opinion.
But you know what? I like all 3 of them.
Oh, I do too. But I'd say like my order is first film, fourth film, third film, second film, fifth film, sixth film, seventh film.
Between you and me, 5th and 6th and 7th are all kind of crap.
Fifth one's better than the other ones. That's the only reason it's in there.
Better, but it just becomes a terrible diminishing
because the only
return.
thing that's saving grace of that film is that it's a Lassard movie.
Right. That's the only thing. But otherwise, you know, those sequels aren't very good. But I enjoyed Police Academy too. Isn't that the one where they introduce Tackleberry's wife?
Yes, the problem with 2 is it has a little bit of the gross out humor in it, and it has a little bit of a mean streak in it. It is a good film though, and it maximizes
Which is the one with
the
Mauser and the eyebrows?
That's, I think this one or the second one. That's the only other reason I don't like it as much is because I don't like Mauser as much as I do Harris.
You know what? I still thought Mauser was kind of a jerk, and you enjoyed when bad things happened to him. I still like number 2. You're right.
I don't hate it, but yeah.
I think though also number 3, what becomes great is that after the second one, where like with Zed being the criminal and Sweet Chuck being a cop, and then putting them both together, that was such a stroke of genius.
That's why 3 is better, yes.
But without 2, you wouldn't have that dynamic in 3. That's what leads into 3 that makes that friendship so interesting. So you know what? 2 is very important.
You want to know why I also give 2 a mark down?
Why?
And I'm probably the only one who can remember this.
The boob lady gone.
Huh?
The boob lady is gone.
No, there's plenty of boobs even though it's PG-13 in it. It's the only one that they don't have the right song at the Blue Oyster Bar.
Oh, there's not.
Nope, it's a different song there for some reason in part 2.
Oh.
It always bugged me.
I don't know, man.
I've seen part 2. I've seen part 2 almost as much, if not maybe more than part 1, because I actually owned part 2 on home video because it was one of the movies that my dad brought home that was quote unquote broke from work because it had a bad spot in it.
Right.
You know, the days of VHS and bad spots when it would get crinkled.
Oh yeah, I remember when.
Listen, I liked all 4. 2 is good for me. I'm okay with giving it a B. If I don't know what people, you know, I don't know if I would give it an A.
I'm just not sure I can put it in the same level as the shit that I'm honestly starting to wonder if we shouldn't bring Death Wish 3 back down to the B level at this point.
Oh, dude.
I'm leaving it in there just for you, so shush.
So where are we putting Police Academy 2?
So retarded.
It's staying in the B's. I say we keep it in the B's.
Okay.
Color Purple. Because here's the thing, I guess I would put that on the same level. I'd put that in about the B because I don't think it's as good as everybody says it is, but it's all right.
No.
It's a good movie, but there, you know, years later when I saw it, there were a few things that I was kind of puzzled about it, and I don't know. It's not as good maybe as people say, but it's a very solidly made movie.
Proto-woke-ish.
Yeah, I guess it's an early version of woke-ish, I guess, but
because it
it's
even
well
paints
made.
the black men as bad.
Right. I mean, I don't know what to say here, but I will say this is that generally speaking, they chose to like target the black man in this movie, which is kind of a strange
That's
target.
what I was getting at. That's what I was saying.
You would think that if there was ever a movie that they would have gone for the white guy, this would probably have been the one. But somehow on this one, they went for the black guy, which is kind of strange.
Well,
but the performances were really good. There were really good acting performances in this movie. Steven Spielberg is a good director. It's not a movie, you know, that I want to watch a million times. I've seen it a few times in my life.
I've seen it a couple times, yeah.
I've seen it a couple times.
It is one of those movies.
I've seen it a couple of times. It's a very well-made movie. It's not what I enjoy. You know, when I'm kind of at home kicking back, I'm not thinking to myself, you know what? Why don't I fire up the fire up the streamer and put on the color purple.
You want to know the truth? Yeah. I probably would have never bought it or rewatched it again after all these years had I not. It was kind of like I wanted to see how bad it is compared to modern woke films. That was one of the reasons I did. And to be honest with you, it's like, okay, it still handles these kind of things better than any of the modern bullshit does. Because it's about an era of Black history between modern day and slavery. So that's kind of where it's more about how... the only thing I think the movie should have addressed a little bit more is why more black men were like that at that point in history, maybe, but then that would make it more woke. Right. I think as it is, the way the story's told is a story about two sisters. Yes, there's abusive man in it. Not all the men in it are assholes. So it has that going for it though. And it's one of those movies that was the right time, right place. And it's funny looking back on it now because for those who were alive when it came out, they gave the people that made that movie so much shit for Steven Spielberg being the director. And that is why it got punished at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it should have won over Out of Africa is what I was getting to, but yeah.
No, that's for sure. Okay. Out of Africa, Color Purple is a better movie. And I'll tell you this, I don't know what they wanted from Steven Spielberg. If he hadn't been involved, that movie may not have even gotten made. I mean, you think today with all the woke stuff, you think everybody's making these movies. At the time, one of the only things that movie had going for it is that Steven Spielberg said, I'm going to direct it.
Yeah. Well, if you guys this is the thing, Oprah and all the people involved were like, we wanted the best fucking director in the world. And there's no better director right now than Steven Spielberg. And they said we could have gotten any black director to come and direct this, but guess what? We wouldn't be talking about this movie right now if it was. And they were right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, they needed him because A, he's a good director. Two, he, during those days when you have Steven Spielberg, that opens doors. This is the height
of Spielberg.
Right. This is like the height of Spielberg. You want to make a movie. I imagine you're in a one of those studio heads, and there's a movie about people after black slavery, whatever. They're not all standing in line to make this movie. They say, well, Steven Spielberg wants to direct it. That certainly is a game changer when it comes to them, getting a green light for this project at all. So I don't know. I think that people were just being jerks.
It's just funny how it worked against it at the end of the day, but it also, if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be talking about it to this day.
I think that as far as they're concerned, they probably never regretted having him direct it. I think that he did a good job.
The people involved, oh, fuck no.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, the Academy just looks like the same pompous jerks they've always been. They never give the award to whoever they need to give it when they need to give it to. And a lot of times after they do some kind of mess up that they don't give the right person the award, then 20 years later, the guy does an indie movie where he has 5 words in it and looks like an idiot, and they give him the award for that one. You know what I mean? There's this kind of trying to even the score later.
Irony of ironies, you have probably the blackest movie made in Hollywood to that point that wasn't a blaxploitation film.
Right.
And it loses the Oscar to a movie about 2 white people in Africa.
What a joke. Yeah.
True.
You can't write that shit. It's reality. I mean, it's 1985. That was 40 fucking years ago, kids. How little shit has changed.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, they've always been these kind of hypocritical jerk-offs, and they are today. That's why I think that people don't need to pay that much attention to them anymore. I'm actually happy, just like when we talk about the legacy media and stuff like that, I include those kind of award ceremonies in the mix as well. I think that there's never been a situation where they've had less value, these awards, than they are today.
Oh, no. All right, so let's keep moving on because we're getting close to the end here, actually.
Yeah,
sort of.
I can see
Santa Claus the movie. Am I the only one who's seen this? This would be the Dudley Moore film from the guys who produced Superman.
Yeah,
I have not seen it. I knew about it, but sadly never got to it.
It's actually pretty good.
I've heard that.
Let's throw it up in the B range. Why not? Everything seems to be going in this is a B kind of year. B movie kind of year.
I'd be begging for that. I'd be happy to have that type of year again.
Yeah, those are some great Bs.
Now, here's another movie that probably should have won, or can't believe didn't get closer to winning more Oscars. But I think Cher did win an Oscar for this, or at least got nominated. She got nominated. I don't think she won for this. She won for Moonlighting. Or not Moonlighting.
Moonstruck.
Moonstruck. But Mask, not The Mask, but Mask. The Rocky
Mask
Dennis
with the
story.
deformed.
Yeah, you know,
Yes.
Mask was an annoying movie. You know why?
What?
I was a kid and somebody brought it. You know, sometimes I had family that would record things and like they had HBO, and then somebody would bring me a cassette, and I got a video cassette and it said Mask, and I'm like, whoa, that looks cool. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I went, I put it in. It's some guy with a deformed face. What was I even
if you got
looking
it off
at?
HBO, you had the Bruce Springsteen music in it at least.
I guess why? Because later did they remove it?
The home video version didn't have it until the more recent director's cut. Yeah. Because it cost too much money.
Wow, I didn't even know that. So I guess I had the HBO version.
Because I don't know if you remember, like, I think there's a bit in there where he talks about Springsteen a lot, but like, yeah, so like there was a song or two in it that was in the theatrical cut. Yeah.
You know what? But in any case, even those songs couldn't rescue this movie.
Oh no, I liked the movie when it came out, so I guess I don't know.
Unbelievable. I sat there, I got annoyed the whole time, and then at the end, sorry, spoiler, I think he dies or something.
Yes. And the only reason I'm not going to fight for it to be in the A level, because yes, it is basically a made-for-TV movie with Cher in it.
And I always thought it was because I saw it on TV constantly.
And what's his face? Jesus, Sam Elliott.
Even if I saw it on TV, I'd change the channel. It's a crappy movie.
Well, this is one where we're going to agree to disagree on it.
It's a shitty movie.
And I don't know if I can agree with
some guy with some ugly face. He's sitting.
We still talk about it to this day. So,
and then somebody told me that the blonde lady that he's banging is actually it's like
Laura Dern's in it.
Yeah, it's Vice Admiral Holdo.
Yeah, she's blind.
Right, she's blind.
It's based on a true story, man. Brazil. Come on, everybody's got. I haven't seen this one in years, so I can't remember. I say everybody's gonna fight for it. I know.
Brazil. I don't remember that one at all.
Is that even
It's
really?
A Gilliam movie. Everybody's saying A in the chat. Terry Gilliam.
I'm ashamed that I didn't see it, but I didn't see it.
It seems like a movie you would have seen a million times, actually.
Right,
yeah.
That's why I'm ashamed, but I don't know. It somehow doesn't ring familiar to me.
I haven't seen it in a long time. I have it. I got the Criterion disc. I just haven't watched it yet. So, yeah. All right, so let's keep rolling then. Vision Quest. Now, this is one I have the soundtrack for, but have never seen.
Oh, yeah.
Vision Quest?
Yeah.
Who's in it?
What's his name? Treat Williams or whatever?
I haven't seen it.
It's a movie I hadn't remembered
Got a pretty
for
good
a long
soundtrack.
time until you mentioned it.
All right, we're going to give it to the audience. We're going to give that one to the audience. So we're going to end the poll on Live and Die in LA, which we started a long fucking time ago. I totally spaced it out. It's going to the bees. So, all right. Live and Die in LA.
The bees.
To the bees. And so we're going to give the kids Vision Quest. Let's see what you guys say about Vision Quest out there. Because I have it on Blu-ray. I know that's the same thing I keep saying, but I haven't watched it yet.
I've never watched it. Don't know anything about it.
I do have the soundtrack. I've had the soundtrack for a long time. Sorry, I'm making the poll. I know it's like entertaining.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Hear me go. Because I'm leaning over
What
my
I expect on the panel with you.
Right? Oh, we got a super chat. We got a couple. Holy crap. Gerald Armstrong says with $5, Vision Quest is a wrestling movie with Matthew Modine. Oh, Matthew Modine, that's who's in it. Yes, that's right. There you go. It's a wrestling movie, Nick. You need to see it. About wrestling.
Yeah, I do need to. I still need to watch the Iron Claw as well.
That's right. You still haven't seen that yet? Jian Hu, if I'm saying that right?
I'd love it.
Iron Claw was good.
I did watch The Beekeeper, though. I did catch The Beekeeper finally.
Well, it's about time since it came out in January last year.
Did you like it?
Mm-hmm. I did. It's so retarded. I loved it. I loved how retarded.
Isn't it like an ultimate Toxic Tuesday movie?
It is the ultimate Toxic Tuesday. I already decided we'll be covered the week A Working Man comes out. We'll cover it that week. It's already decided.
All right. Sounds good. Well, we got $7.42 from John Hu. Little owl there. Yeah, it's a tiny little owl. Look at it. You should make a duplicates category to get them out of the way. Can I make another category? Maybe I can. I don't know if I can.
Watch it resets everything.
Yeah, I don't want to fuck it up, so I don't see a thing that lets me. Otherwise, I would, John. Who? That's a good thing though. Maybe I'll check that out for later. And then we got SFX F314 Sabertooth Raptor, who's hanging out in the chat with $5. Says for Care Bears sequels, the Alice in Wonderland one is the best sequel. Yeah, there's more than just the two, but I think there was only 2 theatrical. Was my point. But oh my gosh, we got Pro in the house, gifting 5 memberships. Thank you for that, Pro. WDW Pro, that is. And then we got D-Bud in the house, who's been here for 42 months. That's right. He knows all the answers now. He says Real Genius is not only the greatest movie of 1985, but of all time. All time. You know what? I'm not surprised that you're saying that. You know what's funny about that is it looks like D-Bud is Brahma and Brahma is D-Bud.
You do have him directly over me, yes.
His shoulder and your shoulders are lining up perfectly.
And he has a crown over his head.
Yeah, and he's got a crown.
It does line up pretty well.
Yeah, and then Jeremiah Hembry sends in 5 and says Black Cauldron, Ghostbusters, Silver Bullet are the only movies 1985 that I've seen. Well, Ghostbusters actually came out in 84. And although some people think about Beverly Hills Cop coming out in 85 because it came out in December of 84, it also came out in 84. So yeah, that's why they're not on here.
I'm still missing a few from, I know we have a few left to do, but I'm looking down in our little, thing of movies, and there's a few that I thought were there that should be there that I don't see yet.
What am I missing?
And they may have been ones that were done before and I just haven't seen it, but wasn't Clue the movie in 85?
It should be in here.
Ewoks, The Battle for Endor.
That's a TV movie. I didn't do TV movies.
Okay.
I thought I had Clue in here. Yeah, Clue's here.
Okay, is it just a different? Yeah, it's
that
the
weird
other
poster. Yeah,
it's the other poster that. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought about the Ewoks one, but I'm like, it's a TV movie.
The Battle for Endor was TV. Was it just Disney Channel only?
Actually, it was on ABC, I think, or something like that. But yeah,
was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which movie?
The Ewok movies. They showed them on ABC
Battle for
or something
Endor.
like that.
With Wilford Brimley and his diabetes.
They got theatrical releases outside the U.S. I could have made that exception, but I didn't.
Only seen them once on TV. I really couldn't even tell you what
They're
happens.
They're not very good.
I liked them as a kid. I mean,
as a kid, I thought they were great, but as an adult, I rewatched them, and
I've never rewatched as an adult.
I spent the stupid money on them to get them on eBay when they were out of print, and I wish I hadn't. Mephisto's movie reviews is here. How you doing, buddy? Sends in 6. I think that's. Oh God, what the hell was that again? That's the
He's in Israel.
He's Israeli.
Yeah.
Yes, shekels. It's 6 shekels.
I couldn't remember the name of it. I just did. If Rambo 2 isn't an A, there will be hell to pay. Wow.
Oh, A, I get it.
I'm
arguing for F.
Rambo 2.
You're wrong. The fuck?
Just to be contrarian. I mean, we don't have talks here, so.
All right, well, we're getting to Rambo. That's coming up here. Life Force is next, though, in the house. So what's the call on that one?
Nah, I got nothing. Again.
Great
Vampires
video game.
in
Don't know
Space?
the movie.
Anybody?
Nope.
I'm going to hate to say this again. I have it on 4K, but I haven't watched it.
The weirdest list of movies.
This needs to be a separate list in itself. Have on 4K, but haven't.
That's what this should be over here. You know, what's sad is there's only a couple of these movies I don't have that are in this list. And a lot of them ended up here because other people have seen them already and just not me.
The really crazy thing is have it in 4K.
That one I do.
Haven't seen it.
That's the only one so far in this list that I haven't seen that's in 4K, I think. Let me double check. Because there was a few we put in here that I haven't seen that other people
have Showdown Little Tokyo in 4K?
No, I don't. But I have.
A race of space vampires arrives in London and infects the
Told you,
populace,
space
beginning
vampires.
an apocalyptic descent into chaos.
People are asking if you have Ishtar on 4K.
No, that's never came out on 4K, and it's hard to find on Blu-ray because it's only been released once and it was like limited. Here we go. This is when everybody's talking about Rambo 2: First Blood.
Oh, it's an A. Yeah, it doesn't have a story, but its entertainment factor is absolutely
doesn't even matter. A.
Yeah, it's another. What the fuck's a story? That shit's for posers anyway. Just get with the action already.
Lady Hawk. I've never seen it. I have
not seen Lady Hawk.
I know
the soundtrack.
Gary loves it.
I know Gary loves it. Yeah,
I've never seen it.
Anybody seen it? I have a feeling we're gonna have to give this one to the audience.
Give it to the audience.
Oh, they're just throwing A's up, so I think we're just gonna throw in the A just for the audience. We're gonna give it to them.
Hey,
we're gonna give this. This is getting the Geary vote. It's going in the back door into the A. It's going back door into the A.
Oh, back door Geary.
Into the A, right into the A. That's right. Here's one I have in 4K. Last Dragon.
Is that the Bruce Lee one? Which one?
Yeah, Bruce Leroy. B or C?
C.
Because it's really just a ripoff of Karate Kid. It's more or less just a ripoff of Karate
with
Kid.
a black guy. What is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the one with "To the Beat of the Rhythm of the Night"?
Yep.
I want a cover price singing that song.
Just because of that cheesy song, I can give it a C.
Yeah, I swear I put it in the C's. Yeah. All right. Then we got Return of the Living Dead.
I like Return of the Living Dead. I give it a B.
Haven't seen it.
You know what? I would argue this is almost A tier.
I gotta rewatch it to see if I feel that way, but I remember watching it as a teen and really loving it. So that's
wait, didn't you say there was another Living Dead movie? So there's another
Day of the Dead,
like 3 of them,
and Return of the Living Dead came out this year. And it's funny is Return of the Living Dead is technically part of the franchise because the producer of the original Night of the Living Dead, not George Romero, the other guy, produced this, and this movie plays like the original Night of the Living Dead was a true story, like it actually happened. But the movie was based on. So it's kind of a meta movie.
So it's like Freddy's Nightmare and Freddy's New Nightmare. It's
fucking funny as shit, though, because it's actually more of a parody of the zombie films. This is the one where they kill all the people and they're like, "Are you guys okay?" on the radio, and he's like, "Send more paramedics." It's got Tarman. Oh, I love it. I'm sorry. It's a classic. Here we go. Speaking of classics, Teen Wolf. Where's that going?
At least a B.
I'm going to say at least. I'm going to give that A. Fuck that. It's going the A.
All right. Well, fuck it then.
It's the year of Michael J. Fox.
It's one of the best movies that year. Yeah.
Yeah. Ron. Am I the only one who's seen Ron?
Yes.
Which one is Ron?
It's Ron spelled R-A-N.
Yeah, it's Akira Kurosawa.
Oh, didn't see it.
Was it his last movie? I don't know if it was his last movie or not. It's a good fucking movie. It's based on oh shit. Which play was that? The one with the king that has the 3 sons. And the one son refuses to take because he's gonna give them all their inheritance before he dies. And the one son refuses to take the land and the inheritance. And he disowns them. It's a great fucking movie.
Biblical
it is. Yeah, King Lear. That's it.
Okay.
King Lear, yes. It's fucking good. It is really good. I want to put it in A tier. I just wish somebody else has seen it besides me.
And I run so far away. Probably around that time too.
Holy shit.
Pretty close. I'm putting it in the A tier. I don't give a shit. Somebody wants to argue with me, go ahead in the chat.
Seems like chat's pretty much in agreement.
I think it's his last film, too. It is. Oh, it sucks you right in. It's a really good film. Because I don't even want to tell you the rest of the story. That's just the setup. Then we got License to Kill. Or View to a Kill, I mean. Sorry.
A View to a Kill. This is the final Roger Moore Bond. I'm going to go with a B.
I think B is fair.
The thing that hurts it is that Moore's
It's got a
age
kick-ass
shows
song.
in his performance, but it holds up well, and it's better than I remember when I initially saw it. So yeah,
This is the Duran Duran one, isn't
The
it?
Duran Duran one, yes.
Yeah, very
I
one of
would
the
give it a
best
B.
songs. Yeah. That's one of the best songs ever in the.
It's one of my more favorite Bond films. I'll say that.
Say, it was
I
pretty
would not.
popular.
I would not even be against putting it in A, but B's fine.
You're fighting for an A. We got a few A's in the chat.
Dude,
I'm willing to
here's
listen.
the
It
problem.
is the one with Christopher
It ain't-
Walken. That's
It
true.
ain't Moonraker, and it ain't Live and Let Die. And yes, I fucking said Moonraker. I stand.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you. Moonraker's amazing. Straight up. So that's the thing. If it's not like at the absolute highest of Bond films, somewhere you got to put it down, right? So
Moonraker is preposterous, but A View to a Kill is pretty good.
How is Moonraker preposterous?
Isn't that the one that he goes to the moon?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
come
saying? Hey,
on.
look, Star Wars
Come
is
on.
huge. What can we do to piggyback off Star Wars? Fuck it. We're sending Bond to other realms. And they did. That shit was great.
I can't believe they actually did that. I mean,
Oh,
listen,
dude.
they
They should have taken it to Venus. They should have taken it to Jupiter. They could have
They
done
did
a
it because
fucking
of Star
Howard-
Wars, didn't they?
Right. They did it because of Star Wars. And the thing is that there's something amusing about it. I mean, I remember seeing it and having a good laugh, but I can't
It almost
really
feels
take
like,
it
of course,
seriously.
he's going to go to the moon.
Of course.
Why wouldn't he?
That movie was the Howard Dean of Bond movies. We're gonna go to space. We're gonna go to the moon and Venus and Uranus and all the way back to Earth.
Oh, Bond went to Uranus, all right. Yeah. All right, let's keep moving. St. Elmo's Fire, melodramatic bullshit.
C.
C, you're going C. I was gonna go D. All right.
Oh, fine.
We'll give it a
Whatever.
C.
Fuck it. You know what? We'll give it a D.
I'll let it go with a C just because of the soundtrack. 'Cause
And
it does have a good
soundtrack, and there's a
soundtrack.
good cast. There's a good cast.
Good
involved.
cast, but the movie is stupid.
Stupid
It is-
movie.
It has no plot.
The song has outlived the movie itself. Basically, St. Elmo's
Most people don't
Fire,
even
the
know it's
song-
from a movie. Exactly.
Yeah, it is like a bigger thing than the movie itself. The movie is a piece of shit. But yeah,
I didn't have a lot of soundtracks when I was younger, but St. Elmo's Fire and Cocktail had both of those.
Cocktail had the Beach Boys. Kokomo.
That's another one where the soundtrack's better than the
Kokomo.
movie. Yeah.
But I think
don't
that
know.
Cocktail
Hippie
was
Shake and Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Cocktail was
Be
a
Happy.
better movie than St. Elmo's Fire, though.
That may be because St. Elmo's Fire doesn't really have a plot.
Right, it's
That's
just a
part of
bunch
the
of shit.
problem. Just a bunch of random shit.
At least with Cocktail, you had Tom Cruise in a performance that really suited him as the cocky bartender. There, you could somehow let it slide.
Well, and you had Elizabeth Shue.
Elizabeth
at her
Shue.
peak.
What's sad is how many times I've seen St. Elmo's Fire.
Elizabeth
Prime
Shue almost
Elizabeth Shue,
died
if
in
I-
that movie.
If I may, it was prime Elizabeth Shue. Not for years, she still looked good. I mean, even today, I don't
Very
think she
young
looks.
Demi Moore too.
What'd you say?
Very young Demi Moore too, and she doesn't wear any underwear in that movie.
Which one are you referring to?
St. Elmo's Fire.
Oh, I
we were
thought in
talking about
Cocktail.
Cocktail.
Yeah, she was in St.
Oh,
Elmo's
Cocktail,
Fire.
yeah.
I thought she was in Cocktail not wearing underwear, and I didn't remember that at all. But
No, Demi Moore.
no, yeah,
St.
she was in
Elmo's
St.
Fire.
Elmo's Fire. I remember
Yeah.
her in that movie.
She's
But-
like with, was it Rob Lowe, I think, in that one?
Yeah, I don't know. All those Brat Pack were in that movie. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Cocktail is a better movie. It's not a great movie, but Cocktail sets out to do a few things, and it does them.
True.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you guys ever hear the story of Elizabeth Shue on the set of Cocktail? She almost walked into a helicopter rotor.
No,
No.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that would have
she
been fun.
almost died in the making of that movie.
Oh no. That's not why. What happened?
She didn't. I don't know. She was walking backwards, and I think it was Tom Cruise actually tackled her to the ground right before she walked into the back rotor.
Oh shit.
Wow.
The
That'd
guy,
been horrible.
what is his name? Mike, the guy who does Dirty Jobs. If you go check out his YouTube channel, there's an episode where they talk about that specific situation. They go through the whole story.
All right, well, we're getting down to the final stretch here. We got Witness with Harrison Ford. Pretty popular movie that year.
Yeah, good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Is that the one with Kelly McGillis?
It doesn't get made anymore.
Does it have Kelly McGillis in it?
Yeah. I just watched it not that long ago.
Remind me what happened, because I've seen that one.
It's a good movie, but it's very I can't believe how much attention it got at the time, and like all the buzz and Oscar buzz and everything else it had, because it is such a cheesy fucking like lifetime
join
kind of
the
movie.
Amish, and then he bangs her.
Yeah, it's the Amish one, right?
He bangs her in the shower.
An Amish boy witnessed a murder.
Okay.
And he gets into the community because they're trying to figure out who did it and all that kind of shit. So yes, and then in the process of, he ends up banging her, and her husband. Yeah, and I think her husband died or something like that. So she's a widower.
Just tell me if it's in the shower, because I want to test my memory.
I'm pretty sure it was in the shower. Yes,
and it is Kelly McGillis.
Yeah, and there's a couple actually, because the problem is there's like 2 or 3 of those steamy hot. That was why the movie was so popular, because of the steamy hot scenes and the forbidden love. You know, it's just, it's kind of cheesy now though, because I watched it like last year and I'm just like, God damn, I can't believe this movie got so much praise at the time. We'll give it a B.
That was probably an early Viggo Mortensen movie.
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah,
I mean, he's in it, but that's got to be one of the earlier ones that he's in.
Well, it's not a shower. Yeah, you're right. I thought, well, there's something like she's all wet or something.
Shower.
Like, I can't remember how it worked out, but yeah, I know there's a few hot scenes in it though. Yeah. We just skipped over Legend. Speaking of Tom Cruise, Legend. Where's that going?
I have actually not seen Legend in a long time.
Ridley Scott.
It's got to be a B or an A. I mean,
I
Tim
go with a
Curry
B.
I'll give it to the B's. Boy, that
I know our B's are huge, but sometimes, some things are just
it's kind of a B year though. Yeah,
it was a Tom Cruise movie. Tim Curry was amazing, and I can't remember the chick who was in it, but that was one of the better, fantasy type movies.
Is Michelle Pfeiffer in that, or
no? It was.
I'm trying to remember.
It was not a chick who was in a whole lot else that I can.
Hold on, I might
think.
Which movie? Which movie?
Legend.
Don't remember that one.
Oh, I got it right here. Oh.
Hey,
one I haven't seen, but I got it on Blu-ray.
Mia Sara. It was Mia Sara that was
Mia Sara. Yep. Yeah, I just got it now.
Hey,
actually, I've seen it years ago, but I don't remember it.
I can't believe you guys haven't seen Legend.
I've seen it. I just don't. The only thing I remember in it is the unicorn, Tom Cruise looking like a girl, and Tim Curry is the devil. That's all I remember.
And Tim Curry was fantastic.
In the soundtrack, and I have that. But all right. Anyway, let's keep moving. Then After Hours, Martin Scorsese film. One of the few of his I haven't got a chance to watch yet.
I haven't seen it.
I do own it though.
Shocking.
Wait, which one?
After Hours. We skipped over Commando too. We got to do that one, yeah. But I knew that's going to end up in the A's. So.
Oh, we all know it's going to be an A.
Yeah, Commando.
That's why it starts off with him walking around with a giant Lincoln log in his arm. If you don't like that movie, you're wrong.
Okay, we're getting a bunch of C's for After Hours. So I'm gonna throw
Who's in After Hours?
That's got goddamn, what's his name? Shit. He was in American Werewolf in London. That's the main guy with the other guy in there.
Griffin Dune, Rosanna.
Griffin Dune, yeah, Griffin Dune.
I guess I haven't watched it. Yeah, okay, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, everybody's saying C in the chat. I was gonna say it's one of his more mid-level movies from my memory. From the way people reacted to it. Clue, that was one you were asking about, Brahma.
Clue is A.
Clue is A.
I think everybody's gonna argue for it to be A. I just watched it last week.
The alternate endings in the theater.
I watched it with all 3 endings.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny that across the country you could get a different ending. And then
I actually like the main ending the best.
Which one is the main? The first one?
The one where more than one person did it, where it was what was it, Mr. White and what's her face, the old bag peacock.
Oh, yeah.
I like it when it's Tim Curry is the one.
Well, he's kind of involved in all 3 of them anyway.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I like Yvette.
Yeah. Rocky 5.
4, because not
4.
5 is 90.
Why'd I say 5?
I'm gonna go with the A. I mean,
everybody knows that's
it's
an
got
A
the
tier.
best montages.
That movie
and the fight
single-handedly
to me.
Single-handedly ended the Cold War.
Yes, that's an A.
Yeah.
I was worried because I thought you said 5. 5 is nowhere near A.
I
5
was
is an
thinking
F.
5.
Right.
No, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it is.
5 is like a D.
Tommy
I'm
Machine
being
Gun.
generous.
I like part 5. I don't give a shit.
I like 5 too. It's just got the AIDS dude.
All right, we got the Clint Eastwood movie that The Crow is based on, Pale Rider.
Oh, that's a good one. I give that one an A.
Yeah, A. Slide it in the A's.
Here's one I remember from when I was a kid. Just One of the Guys.
Oh, I've seen this one.
What was it?
Just One of the Guys.
It's a girl that pretends to be a guy or something.
Yeah, because she turns in a story that gets rejected from her school paper.
Yeah.
So she thinks if she enrolls in a different school as a boy, that the story will get picked up.
Yeah, fuck her. D.
Actually, it's really fucking funny because it doesn't matter. The same thing happens, but then she ends up writing a story about being a boy, and that does get accepted. And it's actually a really good fucking movie. I like it.
I remember seeing it and thinking it was annoying. It was many years ago. Fine, C.
Boy, the audience is against me though. They're with you.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's some shit. If you like it, I mean, I guess maybe it's like an acquired taste. Maybe you happen to enjoy it. What'd you say?
Idiot Savant said B movie with C cups. Yeah, because that's one of the big scenes in the movie is when she's like trying to explain to the one dude that she's a chick, and he doesn't believe her, so she finally flashes him. And then he runs away from her, and then she runs up to him at the party where everybody's at, and she kisses him, and he's still got the drag shit on, and everybody starts going like, whoa, like whatever. He's like, it's okay. He has tits. I love the movie. I think it's fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, but
I don't know, man. It's one of those weird
hilarious.
movies.
Well, just one of the guys.
Thought it was some weird shit when it came out, and
maybe it's a
like,
guilty pleasure for me. I guess
it's a guilty pleasure. It looks like some weird shit today. I would give it a D, but if you love it, we can give it a C.
I do actually kind of like it a lot.
Yeah, it just sounds like that Amanda Bynes movie.
Give it a B.
They ripped it off so many times. It's been
you
ripped
want
off
give it a
20
B,
times.
fine. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Okay, well, here's one of the reasons why it stuck with me for many years, and I watched it many times over the years. Besides, it was on HBO all the time. Billy Zabka's in it, and he basically plays the same asshole he plays in Karate Kid. Right? So he's basically playing Johnny, but there's a funny joke in it because the chick who is dressed up like a dude looks and sounds like Ralph Macchio when she's playing a dude. And one of the characters in the movie points out that she looks and sounds like, dresses like James Dean and looks like the Karate Kid. That's what she says. Because she gets the hots for him.
It sounds like a Toxic Tuesday
and it just
movie.
that whole thing is like this meta, like, okay, so the Karate Kid thing, yeah. And Zabka also being the same character basically in Back to School as well. So it's like
he
the trilogy
played that character very well.
That's his trilogy of bullies. Yeah. So that's why it kind of sticks with me. But
wasn't there one with John Cusack, one of those that he's also? Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know if he was ever in one with John Cusack. I don't think he was.
I
think he only played a bully 3 times that I can recall.
Which is the one with a ski that he's skiing?
But I don't think Zabka's in that one though.
Oh, there's some other bully. I guess I'm getting them confused.
No, wait, maybe he is. Is he in that one too?
No, I don't think so. I
don't think he is. I think it's somebody else. Yeah,
it's just random blonde dude that.
Yeah, it's just some big blonde dude. Yeah.
It was a William Zabka type.
Yeah, very much the same type, but yeah.
But that movie's coming up.
It is coming up.
Do you know what the street value
it's Pure
is?
Snow. All right, well, fuck. All right, I'm gonna leave it in C. I'll go with you in the chat, even though I like it a lot.
All right.
Breakfast Club, I think is. Do we even have to?
Oh, A. I love this movie.
A.
Not even up for argument.
Scholarship.
Dude, I was actually I was a late bloomer.
Fuck you,
to that movie.
No, fuck you.
I do love that we spend more time talking about the movies that nobody has seen, and then it's like, oh, hey, here's a good movie. A.
Well, that's kind of
Let's
what we
not
have to
talk
do.
about
Or
it.
we're never going to be here forever.
Well,
And
how
Weird
is that any different
Science
than your old show?
I know. Weird Science is, well, I'm not doing as much work as the old show. It's a lot of
Come
work,
on,
but
that's
not
right.
as much.
Weird
I'm
Science.
getting there.
People will want it an A. It could have been a B,
It's a
but
classic.
because of
John Hughes gives it that.
yeah, fine.
Okay, so here's where the tough ones are, because like to me, this is a killer. This is a murderer's row right here.
All right, let's go.
Silverado.
I like
Fucking
it.
A
I give it
tier.
a B or an A.
I would give it a B, but it's okay. If you want an A, you could do it.
Yeah, give it the A. Stick it
From
in
the
the A.
writer of Indiana Jones, Kevin Costner, and what's his face are in it? Jeff Goldblum's in it. It's a great fucking movie.
A few people were asking me in the chat what I was eating. It's actually not cereal for once. I was
Not
actually
pizza?
eating a bowl. I was actually eating a bowl of ice cream. It was the salted maple ice cream. Absolutely fantastic.
All right, we got this is the one I think people are going to have a bit of a discussion about, maybe. European Vacation. I like it.
It's
But I
good.
So do I.
I
Okay,
like
but
it
I was
too.
going to say, I understand why people don't, so I was waiting for
I give it a
one of the
B.
panel.
I think a B. I
For
think B is
somebody
fair.
to dislike it. So, okay, never
It's
mind.
not a bad movie. It's just what it had to follow.
That was fairly painless. I
I'm
thought it was gonna
fairly
be a lot-
certain that was the first pair of boobs that I saw, and that made it an A for me. When the German chick, is with Rusty in the alleyway and just pops him out, just all of a sudden, it was like, yep, that was those.
Yep.
All
So
right.
it was an A for me, but that was the only reason I could give it that.
And here's the other one you were talking about before, Brahma, A Better Off Dead.
Better Off Dead's an A. That's one of Cusack's best movies,
Where's
if not
my
the best.
$2? Yeah. I
I mean,
think it'd be hard to beat.
I like
that.
it better than Say Anything. Maybe One Crazy Summer is up there with it. Say
gonna
Anything's
say, I
probably
actually like One
the
Crazy
actual
Summer
best
I
more
like
movie.
One
than-
Crazy Summer. Yeah.
I love One Crazy Summer. Say Anything's probably the best actual movie out of the three.
Well, the difference here is that this I consider almost it's a sister film to One Crazy Summer because it's the same writer and director.
yeah, it felt very much the same.
And they're very much the same comedy.
I love Better Off
But I'm
Dead.
with Price. I actually like One Crazy Summer a little bit better, but I understand why everybody loves.
One
This one
Crazy
more.
Summer was the one that starts with an animation, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
and it's got
that was
Demi
a good one,
Moore,
yeah.
and it's got Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah, that was a
That's
good
another
one.
reason why I love it, because of the
They go
Godzilla
to
scene.
they go to the island vacation. Yeah, the Godzilla scene.
Not only
It's
that,
got
when he
George
punches his
Burns in
brother.
it, still holding cigars.
I don't think that was George Burns. I think that was William Hickey.
I thought it was George Burns.
No, I'm pretty sure it's William Hickey.
And it's got one of the best lines ever with Bobcat Goldthwait and John Cusack, where he's telling him the story about the brother who keeps getting beat up because he doesn't look.
Now, let me tell you a story about this little kid. He's a fat kid, and all the kids used to pick on him and call him names and beat him up. And were you that little boy?
Were you
No,
that
I
little
wasn't.
fat
I used
kid,
to kick
Aki?
the shit out of him and hit him. And,
No, but I used to beat the crap out of him. Yeah. Loved that scene.
I also love the Godzilla bit, and I love the bit when his brother gets punched by the asshole guy, and he gets so pissed off that he fucking takes the chainsaw and cuts the fucking motor out of his car.
Yep,
To the
and
boat.
puts it onto the boat for the regatta or whatever
Yeah.
it's called. Yeah.
No,
I
that's a good one.
thought the grandfather was
No, it's
played by
William
George
Hickey.
Burns.
No, it's
Was
William
it?
Hickey.
Okay.
Yeah. Close. William Hickey was basically Dime Store, George Burns.
Okay.
But William Hickey was the one that was in National Lampoon's Vacation, the Christmas
Okay.
Vacation one.
But yeah, Better Off Dead also.
Yeah.
I mean the whole snow scene was one of the funniest scenes. The only thing I really didn't like in that movie was the Van Halen song scene.
Really? That's one of my
Was
favorite
it
bits.
Hagar or
Everybody wants
It was
some.
Van Halen. It was Everybody Wants Some.
Want
And
some too.
was it?
Everybody needs some.
it was like claymation animated burgers or something.
I
can't
loved it.
remember.
That's the
I thought it was
highlight
good.
of the movie, man.
That's the only part I didn't care for.
That's why I remember it, because the first time I saw it, I was a kid, so that was the scene that stuck out to me most, of course.
Yeah, it was like the California raisins back at the time.
But as a teenager, I mean, then it got more into the movie itself. But anyway, Back to the Future. I mean, do we really need to debate that one?
I think we have to have a debate. We have
Plus.
to have a debate because I think Teen Wolf needs to move down because of Back to the Future.
No, I don't know if it does.
No.
You think Back to the Future and Teen Wolf are on the same level?
Yeah. In a way.
Well, hold on. We gotta remember there's a minus and a plus. Back to the Future is an A plus.
That's weird because I see A, B, C, D, and
no, I know, but I get where you're saying. Like, to me, it's still
I can't put Teen Wolf on the same level as Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is like the number one movie on this entire list.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, yeah, it's above all. So, like, that's why. But
isn't there another tier of like Super Duper or something?
There used to be, but I'm not taking that.
The S tier.
Fuck that.
Fine, then just put it the first one.
It is there.
He already did.
It's not incredible. Okay.
Yeah.
We can go with that. I just think that Teen Wolf would have to move down if you've got two movies from him.
Does that make you happy?
That's not down. Whatever. I said Teen Wolf was A tier as well, but then I remembered Back to the Future.
We got two Stallone movies in the A tier too.
Yeah, they're two.
And we got two Chuck Norris movies, as they should be.
It's as far as I'm concerned, these are Michael J. Fox's two A tier films.
Okay.
What a time when you have that many A movies in
That's
one
what I'm
year.
saying. To me, I equally love. I mean, is Back to the Future the better film? Oh, fuck yes.
Yeah,
like, we're talking
kind of what I'm saying.
Top, in my top 100 films of all time, definitely maybe my top 25. Teen Wolf is somewhere in there, but I mean,
Teen Wolf is something that you revisit occasionally.
Often.
Back to the Future, you revisit often.
I don't know. I mean, I have they're pretty. See, Michael J. Fox for me in the 80s was like, until I discovered Eddie Murphy films when my parents would actually let me watch them, he was like my go-to. So like, I don't know. That's tough for me. I guess you got to give me a real good reason.
Well, we've got to have some argument. I'm just saying, I mean, for the
that's
show,
what I'm saying. Give me a good reason.
Teen Wolf is not at the level of Back to the Future in any way.
Well, I'm not saying it's not, but give me a good reason why it shouldn't be in the A tier still.
Because it's not at the same level of Back to the Future in any way. And you've got it in the same level as Back to the Future.
Yeah, but I don't think it's bad.
You could argue that a lot of these you could argue that a lot of these movies are not on the level of Back to the Future, but
that's
we
my
still
point.
gave them
That's
an
what
A.
I'm saying. Yeah, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
I mean, Back to the Future is one of the greatest movies ever made. It's really, really tough for any of these movies to compete with it, even in the A category. As much as I like some of them.
It'd be like if we had 75 up here in Jaws, right? Like, yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of other movies we'd have in the A category, but Jaws is still the best movie that year. 77, you'd have Star Wars, but yeah,
basically,
the Bandit's still going to be in the A tier.
We would need the super category here, and then we would have put it there. I think that would have been cool, but since
but I don't like that. Yeah,
but since let's just agree that within the A, this is the number one A movie.
Because I'm not rating it for the whole time. I'm rating it just for this year. That's the way I'm looking.
I'll go with that.
Yeah.
I just don't think they're on the same level. So,
Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. I actually enjoy this one quite a bit.
So do I.
Yeah. That's one of the.
I know some people want to give it an A. I would give it a B, but do whatever you want.
Out of the Mad Max movies, that's the one I like the best.
Yeah, what I really loved about it was.
Which one is this again?
The one with Tina Turner.
Tina Turner.
Oh, the third one.
Master Blaster.
I'd give it a B. It's very entertaining. I enjoy it, but you ain't gonna top the first two, especially the second.
Who runs
also midway through the movie, they bring a bunch of children to be annoying, and that makes the score drop.
Just because Price said that, I'm putting it in the A's. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I was just thinking I'm gonna throw it in the A's just because we quote this fucking movie so often, like almost on the daily. I mean,
Who Runs Bartertown?
Who Runs Bartertown? Master Blaster shit, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
The Thunderdome itself is just awesome.
Yeah. One man enters, or two men enters, only one man leaves, and all that shit. Yeah. So I'm gonna throw that in the A's. Fuck it.
I love the art design in that movie. I just gotta point it out.
It is, yes, it's the big studio version of Mad Max, but it's not fucking the one after it.
Well, yeah, it's big studio done correctly.
All right, last two on the list.
All right.
Goonies, which has been a point of contention with a lot of people lately, especially
Apparently
since
everybody suddenly hates that movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't
I love
understand
it.
what that's about.
All right, we're gonna put it in the A's.
Easy A.
Put it in the A, Tom.
Goonies never say B. And then we got this is the one that's kind of a weird one. It's the final
Return
one.
to Oz?
Return to Oz, yeah.
One of my
Never
favorite
saw
movies
it.
from the 80s. I thought it was fantastic.
B.
I watched it once, and but it's been that long, right? But it's been 20, 25 years since
You
I've
need
seen
to
it, but
revisit.
yeah,
that.
I
only
remember
watched it once,
being
too.
surprisingly impressed again by the art.
Wasn't it
design,
on
by the
Disney
characters,
Plus for
and
a
I was
while
like,
or no?
I don't know. Rouge Balk was amazing in it as Dorothy, and a better
It's
realistic
freaky
Dorothy.
as hell, and it is closer to the books in a
It's
lot of ways.
closer
but
to
it
the
is-
books. The Gnome King was fantastic. The fact that they actually had him go from being like claymation into an actual person as they were making the guesses at the end of the movie, because he's becoming more human with each, person that he claims. And then, I mean, the connections, that movie was one of the darkest kids movies from the 80s, along with The Dark Crystal and The Neverending Story. It's right up there with them for me. You have to revisit that movie if you haven't watched it, because Dark Crystal, Neverending Story, Return to Oz were all at the same level of let's scare the kids straight type crap. I mean,
real quick, I got to go back to this though, and I'm not trying to single you out here, Majestic Media, but I've heard this so many times, but I need somebody to give me a fucking argument on this. Everybody keeps saying Goonies is 100% not an A objectively. It's C tops. Take off the nostalgia glasses. I will argue it's an A because nobody has given me one good reason why it's not good yet.
people keep saying it's because of the kid actors, but those were some of the
great
best
in it.
kid actors
They
I've ever
Exactly.
seen in a
Yeah.
movie.
It's some of the most naturalistic kid actors you'll ever see, and they're fucking funny. Their timing is great, but let's put that aside. Anybody who says this and says Star Wars is one of the greatest movies of all time is kind of a hypocrite. Because you know what Goonies is? Goonies is basically a send-up of all the old little rascals and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just set in a modern day, kind of like how Star Wars was a new revision of revising of, Buck Rogers and stuff like that and Flash Gordon. That's what Goonies is. And the Goonies are having the adventure that every kid is pretending to have in their backyard, but they're actually doing it. That's
Plus
the catch. That's the hook.
Quotable as hell, just like the reason you moved other things up.
Guys.
I just don't understand. Nobody has given me one good reason as to why it's a bad movie.
It's not. It's got a great ending too.
It would be if they left in the octopus.
I don't.
Look, Matt, the deleted
arguments.
scenes are on the DVD. You can see why they removed the octopus.
Yeah, if you want the octopus, go watch Popeye. Popeye the movie.
That's what other
you
one
can
why
see
they-
the octopus.
Well, they actually have it on the deleted scenes. It looked bad. That's why they took
I know.
it out.
So did the one in Popeye.
The one in
but-
Popeye actually looked better than that one, though, at least. Jason
Better.
Webster says, 1985, the year of Fright Night, Back to the Future, Lady Hawk, Commando, The Breakfast Club, Life Force, Return of the Living Dead, and Brewster's Millions. Yes, indeed. A lot of the ones you mentioned are A tier. Then we got this one from Matt Murphy already, and then we got Jeremiah Hembry. This is the other one we didn't get. What's that film where the chick says she was bitten, wants to be bitten by zombies, and they turn her blue?
I do not know.
It's not ringing a bell. Sounds like something had been from like the more modern film. Somebody in the chat might know this though. Maybe you already got the answer. Was it like the third Return of the Living Dead? Oh, is it Return of the Living Dead? Okay, I guess it is this movie. I don't remember her turning blue necessarily, I guess, but I guess unless he's thinking of what's her face in this movie, that could be. Yeah, the Leanna Quigley character. Yeah, she turns into a zombie. I mean, I guess she's got more bluish, hueish skin, I guess. I suppose you could see. I could see that. I see where you're coming from. So yes, that would be Return of the Living Dead then, if that's the one you're thinking of. Yeah, it's the one where she's all naked on the fucking gravestone and shit. and she's naked through the rest of the film. So, all right, there's our tier list. Unless anybody wants to argue against Teen Wolf again. If I take Teen Wolf down, then Death Wish 3 is going down. Because it's not Death Wish 2.
I made my argument. I mean,
we're shooting his argument down.
We're rejecting your hypothesis.
I mean, Rambo and Rocky are two iconic characters.
I still say Teen Wolf is too.
I don't think it's iconic. I think
Is
Marty
it as
McFly
iconic?
is iconic. I think Teen
Scott
Wolf.
Howard, I know his name.
Okay. I mean, do we keep him in the same realm as Marty McFly, Rambo, or Rocky? I don't think we do.
But I'm not everybody.
Okay, maybe the public, maybe probably, but this Tom, yes. The same way.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not the person to
in
ask
high
this.
regard. Yes.
Like I said, I made my argument. I do love Teen Wolf. I just don't think if you have two of his movies on the same list, and it's not Rocky and Rambo, he's not.
To me, this is his
doesn't make
Rocky
the
and
same
Rambo,
list.
though. See, you're not I get your argument. I agree with it.
Those are iconic characters. I don't
So are
think
they.
Teen Wolf is
name
iconic.
another. Okay, name another Michael J. Fox character besides Marty McFly that's just as iconic. Teen Wolf.
No, I think you have to go to TV.
I disagree with that. I mean, yeah, he was.
He's
how many
more
people-
known for Marty McFly.
Oh, I disagree with that nowadays. Maybe 10, 20, 30 years ago, but I don't know about now. Because I'll tell you what,
we're the ones making the list.
I know, but I got a figure upstairs right now of Teen Wolf. I don't have a figure of him in fucking Family Ties.
I think that was his more iconic role than Teen Wolf. I think those were the two roles that made Michael J. Fox was Back to the Future and Family Ties. Alex P. Keaton was
fair
a
enough.
household name.
He was huge. He was huge.
When we were watching these, and since we're making the list, that's what I'm going by.
I have two figures that are Michael J. Fox. Two.
And they're
Marty
from movies.
McFly and Teen Wolf. That's it. Those are the only two.
He was he was like the biggest star on TV for a number of years on Family Ties. He was huge. So
he made
I can't say that that's not culturally important, but nobody really had action figures of Alex P. Keaton.
No.
That's where my counter is.
It was
to
just
that.
every Republican was Alex P. Keaton at that time, wearing a suit with a briefcase. I mean,
I would
how did
agree
we
with
get
that.
an argument? What are we even arguing about?
he said,
thinks
is there any
that-
other arguments that Teen Wolf should move down? I'm making the argument that I think that Alex P. Keaton was the bigger character for Michael J. Fox.
But that's not what this is
than
about,
Teen Wolf.
though.
We're talking about movies now, and if there should be an A and
Yeah.
B.
Right,
And
but he said that his two most iconic roles were Teen Wolf and Back to the Future.
At least
Alex
when it
P.
comes to
Keaton
movies,
was the more iconic role than Teen Wolf.
And I disagree
is
with
where
that
I was
because
arguing.
nowadays you ask kids and they wouldn't know who the fuck Alex P. Keaton was. Because
Does
they haven't
anybody
seen
know
the
who
show.
Teen Wolf is from a
I don't know if they know who
Yes.
Teen Wolf is either.
And my point
they
is
don't.
because I got a Funko fucking Pop and I got a goddamn figure of them. That's my point. Because you said that Rambo and Rocky are Stallone's two most iconic characters. I agree with you because I have a Rambo figure and I got a Rocky figure. You know what else I got? A Marty McFly figure and a Scott Howard figure. That's my point.
I'm not trying to get into a fight. You asked if
No,
there
no,
were any
no,
other
but
arguments.
that's my
my
counter
argument.
to that.
Is
And
I
that's
think
why
that-
I'm standing up for this is because I think it still is iconic to this day. People still remember him for those two roles. And yes, probably some for Alex P. Keaton, but I'd argue that that's a third now in comparison. Because Family Ties has
That's
fallen
fine.
off.
I'm just saying it's our list
kind of a
from what
toss
we
up.
remember.
I don't know how
from
many
these
kids are
movies.
watching Family Ties or Teen Wolf. One is a movie, one is a TV show. He was great in both of them. I think that, and as far as Brahma, what you're saying about the moving it to the B, if by your logic we moved it to B, there's other movies in A that we could move to B because they're nowhere near as good as Back to the Future.
And that's my other argument too, yeah.
It wasn't that there was nowhere. My argument was that Back to the Future is so good that also having a Michael J. Fox movie of Teen Wolf cannot be on the same level as Back to the Future. That was
Nobody
my only
really is
argument.
saying that it is. We're just saying that, we're kind of
setting
putting
a precedent for that argument.
as much as I like Commando, it's not as good as Back to the Future, but I don't mind that it got an A.
No, I am completely fine with it. He asked
My
if there
point
were any
is,
other
I
arguments.
think-
I'm putting up my
and I agree with you to
talk on it.
point. Because there's even some in this B tier that I would love to throw up in the A that I'm not going to.
That's what I was gonna say. It's a B movie, but for emotional reasons, it's in the A tier.
Because I was going to say, looking at this list right here, I actually feel pretty good about this because outside of... Because the only other ones I could...
86.
It is 86. Yeah, let's address that real quick.
Because ultimately,
Alright,
this
sorry,
is
that's super
our tier list. I mean, it's not...
So Russell Hall says you
our
forgot about
tier.
Cobra. Cobra actually came out in 86, Russell. Yep. And then we got Dead Man who says, Tom, have you seen RLM review of Return of the Living Dead? No, I have not. I've kind of fallen off of RLM. I do check in with them once in a while, but I found myself disagreeing with a lot of their reviews anymore. So the only times I really watch them is not so much even their re-reviews, but I just watch their B movies when they do them, the worst of the worst, best of the worst. But maybe I'll check that one out. I did actually check their Nosferatu review out just out of curiosity, and I was surprised they actually liked it and got it. Because lately it feels like they've been way off the mark. But I feel like what we have in this top tier here really kind of captures 1985. And that's one other reason why I think Teen Wolf should stay there. Because the rest of these movies, as you go down, they're not nearly as memorable or talked about. The only other one I could see maybe making an argument for, and maybe this will make you feel better. How about we do this? Put Return to Oz up to A.
I would actually, if we're going for that, I would agree with it.
I think it's an A movie. I don't think that most people saw it the same way.
But I think it has more cultural impact now than it did then.
I think it does
kids
too,
talk
because
about it all
people
the
go
time.
back and revisit it now, and they realize how good of a movie
And that's kind of where I'm
was.
ranking this list. And that's the I guess my closing argument to Teen Wolf is I'm looking at this right now and I see the top tier list. These are all films that if you told me that I get stuck with, 20 films or whatever is in this list from 1985, those are probably the movies I would pick and run with. You're probably right. Because they feel like the most if somebody asked me to explain the year 1985 in film, those are the movies that I'd probably show them. The only other ones that there's a few others that I'd probably throw in there just for nostalgic reasons, but that's it.
I'll accept the compromise. Return to Oz should be there, I think. So
I agree. Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Like somebody just said in chat, it's stood the test of time.
Yeah.
People still talk about it. There are YouTube videos still being made about how impactful it is. And if you guys go back to watch it, who haven't watched it in a few years, I think you'll see that it was a very, very good
Crush
sequel.
Groove was one I thought about putting in there. Sorry, Brahma.
No, you're good.
Because I was gonna say, is there any other ones that you guys did? Ghoulies come out in 85? If it did, we got to add that.
I haven't seen it on a list that I've been looking at in the
It
background.
did come
to
out in
try to
85.
figure
How was it not on that list? Those dirty motherfuckers. Because that is
I
one of my
did find it
favorites.
hilarious that the Black Cauldron didn't make the animated list when I'm searching, but it makes the horror movie list.
That's strange. All right, Ghoulies,
Yeah, it is.
I love a lot, but I understand nobody's gonna wanna. Because I'm fucking. This is weird because I'm wearing my Ghoulies T-shirt right now for all things. For some reason, I don't know why. Maybe in my brain I thought it came out in 86, but it wasn't on any of my lists either.
It's in 85.
I want to put it up on A.
IMDb
I
says
so do.
84, but Google says March 2nd, 85.
Or 84. That's what I was gonna say. I thought it came out in 84. That's right. Yeah, I was gonna say. So I thought it came out the same year as Gremlins.
Let me look
but I guess
deeper
not.
because IMDb has it as 84.
Yeah, but Google says March 85. So I don't know.
March
which one it is.
285. Yeah. Well, it came out in the U.S. in 85, so I guess that's what we'll go by.
Release date
Wi-
was
Wikipedia
85 in
says-
the United Kingdom.
Yeah. I got January 18th, 85 on Wikipedia.
So I think it came out basically in winter of 84,
United-
85.
Yeah,
in
United States,
multiple
November
countries.
16th. Yeah.
I got
So-
March for US though release. So I don't know. I want to put it in the A category, but I don't know if you guys will let me.
Do it. Put it in the A.
I'm done arguing. Plus,
You're
I never
wearing
saw
the shirt,
Ghoulies.
and this is the show.
I am wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
That is true. People are going to
Ghoulies
say,
was
what the
one that
fuck?
I saw, in the video store, the rental store, all the time.
I would say if anything, it
We just
belongs in
never
the A
rented
just
it.
for that fucking poster. Because
Yeah, it was iconic.
it scared the shit out of kids.
Yeah,
There's mothers that wrote nasty letters because their kids wouldn't go to the bathroom.
that and what was it? Phantasm. All of those movie posters were kind of crazy. Or not Phantasm. What was it? What was the one with the little metal balls that had, all the implements that came out
Yeah,
of them?
that's Phantasm.
Is it Phantasm? Yeah.
Yeah.
The tall man.
So did we miss any more out of 85? I thought I got them all, but
There's always been one. That
Crush
you
Crew
don't
was
get.
one of them I thought about doing, but I didn't think enough people had seen it.
If we had thrown Ewoks in, I would have put it at a C. It was fun when you were a kid, but it is a bad movie.
Should we add the Ewoks?
I mean, we're just adding it at like a C, so does it matter?
No.
Actually, from what we have in the B range, it might have gotten up to B. If we've got the Godzilla movie in there.
Culturally, it does have some impact, but it is a TV movie in the U.S. and it did come out in the outside of the U.S. So I guess we'll make an exception for it.
I don't care.
And well, why not? Fuck it. We'll throw it in the C's. Since there's
It
not
was a
bunch
movie
shit.
of our childhoods.
That's true. Since we do have an international audience, I'll take that into consideration.
That, and since we take streaming into account for everything else nowadays,
True.
not much different.
True. All right. Was there any other 85 films, guys, out there in the chat? Oh, we got somebody saying that Real Genius should be in the A category. I kind of wonder if it shouldn't. Is it culturally impactful enough?
I don't remember it personally.
Haven't seen it, so I can't argue it.
Did Blood Simple come out this year? I've never seen Blood Simple. I know what it is.
Blood Simple is a good movie. I don't remember if
I got
thought
84.
I thought
got
it was 84, but yeah, it's a good movie. I would give it an A.
But it does have a January 18th, 85 wide release date.
I could still go back and argue European Vacation that the first pair of tits you see should automatically be an A. But
I mean,
Well, I was gonna say if we're making the A tier actually represent like iconic movies,
the things that are remembered from that year.
yeah, then I don't know if I put Vegas Vacation in that list, but I would put European Vacation in that list.
It was one of the better vacation movies.
how did
but
we only
I'm
get
fine with
3
it being
films
a
in
B.
the F? That's kind of
85 was still a good year, and also
Yeah.
there's still also movies that we didn't get to, and they could have been more Fs. That's another thing too.
Well, I
So I
left
think
like
a little bit of both.
There wasn't anything that I left off other than stuff that was like foreign releases or stuff that I'd never even heard of.
Well, and a lot of the
movies
stuff
used to
that
be
none
good,
of us
too.
saw might have ended up in the D or F. None of us
Potentially.
saw them for a reason.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like Tom, I need sleep. Good night. Yeah, we're gonna be wrapping it up here, D-Bud. So yeah, I think we got a good list here.
Yeah.
Taboo 4,
Good
we did
list.
miss Taboo 4, that's true.
I don't know what Taboo 1 through 3
Oh
are.
God. I'm trying to remember the name of the chick that's in them. She was already an older porn star at that time, because yeah, it's about family members sleeping with each other, let's say. Anyway. Commando's on here, Chris. We got that one.
Ginger Lynn. Is that who you're thinking of?
I think I think she was in one of the sequels. Maybe. I don't remember.
Well, Taboo
I could be
4
wrong.
was the younger generation. And
Yeah, that's the older woman is in that one, but I don't think she's in it that much. Trying to remember now. Oh, Pray for Death did come out this year, I think. Did miss that one. Has anybody seen it here on the panel? I haven't seen it. I know what it is. Gotcha also came out this year, but I haven't seen it.
Nada.
Nope.
Nobody?
Nope.
So they'd end up in the nobody seen it category. So
Bueller.
But I think our A category is the movies that people would still actually go back and watch from 85. So
I don't know, Brian. Price really did not like that movie. And I guess that J-Lo movie is a remake of it? Is that what you guys were saying?
I don't understand though. Is J-Lo the one that wants to be? What does she do in this movie? I mean, this was a thing where
she's not in this one. I guess they remade it though.
But how is she even in it? This is about two inmates, and one guy is dressed like a woman and wants to do naughty things with men. What does that have anything to do with J-Lo?
I don't know, but I guess they did remake it with her or something like that, or some variation on it, or something. Somebody said, unless it's just happened to have the same title, maybe. I don't know.
I was wondering that, but
Brian says no, it's just another adaptation. Of
the title design looks really similar, so I was like, okay, this must be probably.
And then we got Jason Webster says Police Story Jackie Chan was released in 85. We got that one. We got that one here. Yep. Matt Murphy sends in 499 says it's a list for 1985, so the only reasonable way to judge Teen Wolf is to rank it against other A's, not Back to the Future. Exactly. And that's kind of one of my arguments too, Matt, is we got other films in here. And I think Nick said the same thing too, didn't you? I think it was Nick or Price did, about the fact that some of these other movies aren't as good as Back to the Future as well, but we still.
Oh yeah, but could still be in the same category. No, Price. Price. Yeah,
make that the measuring stick for these movies of the year.
We got After Hours
going forward.
We got Brazil.
Yeah, I don't understand. In the original, William Hurt played a character, and Raul Julia played another character, and it's the way I described it. And the one with Jennifer Lopez, she's playing who William Hurt played. I don't even know how that works.
I don't either, man. I'm just telling you.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it.
I get it, what you're saying. I mean, but yeah, I don't know.
This is so annoying.
It's the best I can do.
Okay, wait a minute.
I've never seen it, so I can't. I've never seen either one of them. I just remember the William Hurt one was on HBO or whatever all the time back in the day. But yeah, as Chris says, it's time to wrap
maybe
it up.
she plays an additional character. I think that the two men are the same men, but then she's in the movie. I don't really know. I'm not watching this crap. I'm sorry. I'm not watching it.
Remake of a movie you didn't like? Why not?
The movie was terrible. It should be an F.
Purple Rose of Cairo's on here. We just hadn't seen it, so we got it.
So, since you've had it on screen so long, the B tier.
Yeah.
I agree that Teen Wolf does not fit into that tier.
Yeah,
I think we may have just been too kind with some of the tierings.
You're probably right, because there's couple of these. There's a couple of these in the A tier that I probably would have argued don't belong here. Like, as much as I love Death Wish 3, it's not Death Wish 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think we could create a tier between the A and the B and move the B down to the C, and then there wouldn't be much argument.
But I get where Nick's coming from, because, yeah, it is the most fun of all the Death Wish films. Basically. Is this the one where he... Because which one is the... Because I always get this and the Crackdown fucking mixed up. This is the one that's in the building, right, where his buddy hasn't come in and he takes over the whole building, or is that part 4?
I think it's part 4, but part 3 is where it's a battle of
that's the one where he comes to town and
he comes to New York. He comes back to New York City, and that's where the neighborhood actually helps him. You see, Alex Winter has a cameo.
Okay, that was the other thing I was. Okay, that's the one I was. Okay, so yeah, this is the better of the two.
And it's a half-hour long too. So basically, a third of the movie is just that battle. It's not a fight scene; it's a battle. You might as well say on a technicality, it's a war movie because it really is a war.
Okay, I figured out that whole Jennifer Lopez thing.
She's a terrible actress.
It's bothering you that much. Okay.
Yeah, okay. It's going to be the same stupid thing with the man being a woman and whatever it was, the original one. The thing is that there's one of those characters has dreams, and in his dreams, there's what he calls the Spider Woman appears in it. So Jennifer Lopez is going to be the one that appears in the dream, but Diego Luna and I don't know who else will be there. There's going to be two men, and then they're going to do the same thing that happened in the other one. So it's still going to be very kind of what word am I looking for?
Avant-garde.
It starts with a G.
Oh.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's still going to be very much that, only I guess Jennifer Lopez will replace the other lady that they used to dream of. Now they'll dream of her.
All right.
In other words, just to sum it up, it was shitty then and it's shitty now, and I'm never going to watch it. I'm angry that I even watched it once.
I think that's a good place to close it out.
Yes, on that positive note, let's all go to...
So, Price, what you got going on?
What'd you say?
What do you got going on?
I posted a review for Den of Thieves 2. If somebody wants to check it out, it's on Price of Reason on my YouTube channel.
And Tom left.
I never seen Den of Thieves 1, but I seen the trailer for that Den of Thieves 2. I never even heard of it, but I seen the trailer like a billion times when I was watching that Goliath series. It got the stupid ads.
I've seen 1 and 2. And
didn't even know it existed until like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago.
1 was like serviceable enough. 2 was really bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, what do you got going on, Brahma?
Well, it's good to be back. I haven't been back since the shit list, I think. So, thanks for popping me the link. My Sunday show in the morning is my political show, and it's the flagship of my station or channel, whatever we call them now. I don't care. The Bullpen. So if you like any of the right-wing politics, go check it out. Tuesday night, I've got a gaming stream, and then Saturday nights, I do a bourbon and boarding stream, which is about hockey. So
awesome sauce. All right, Nick, what you got coming up?
Toxic Tuesday this week. Man on Fire. It's going to be huge. Diabolical even. Clobby's Comic Shop. You see D. Bud Martin, who's a wrench of Midnight's Edge and Midnight's Edge After Dark. He'll be a part of Clobby's Comic Shop this Friday as we talk classic Spider-Man. It'll be awesome. Thanks for having me. This tier list show is very fun, and I hope we get to do another one ASAP.
Awesome.
Oh, and thanks for being here, chat. A lot of you stuck around.
I just got to figure out what we're going to do next Sunday if we do another one.
Dude.
And then we got...
we have so many ideas we could do with this. Seriously, it's like that freaking easy. What we
got
can
room to do so many activities.
This.
Well, there was a lot more work involved with that. And that was...
Yeah, when we made our own list, it was a big mess.
Yeah, so
we had fun, but it was a mess.
So with that, what do you got going on, CC? Anything coming up at all?
Just send good vibes that my channel exists in the morning, and hope for the best.
That's
won't get into the details, but a little bit of a close shave there. So
yeah, hopefully get that all sorted out.
Yeah,
he's the James Woods of YouTube channels right now. He thinks it's burned down, but it might still be there.
I might have lost my channel. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know yet.
They took away my insurance. Sorry about that, but anyhow, hopefully it works out for you, buddy. So yeah, we'll figure out what we're gonna do next time. I don't know if we're gonna do another year next time. That was a lot. That was a lot, and it's fun to be able to talk about the stuff too. Brahma's right about that, and I know Price loves to talk about them too, and it is cool to be able to discuss these things. So I'll try to come up with something next time that doesn't have as many movies to choose from, maybe a specific actor or something like that, or a genre of a year or something. We'll figure it out. I'll discuss it and figure it out.
There's lots of ideas we can do, and they're all good.
So many activities.
Why don't we start with Michael J. Fox?
There you go. That's a good idea. The Michael J. Fox tier, and then you'll see what I mean, because there's only going to be like 4 movies in this top tier.
Yep. And the top tier is going to be Back to the Future, and then we're going to have a lower tier with Teen Wolf.
Well, I was going to say it was going to be like Back to the Future 1 and 2, and then we'll argue about part 3.
Frighteners.
And then Frighteners and maybe Secret of My Success, but we'll see about that.
Well, you got to have Secret of My Success.
See, I love all his films, but I also understand that most of his movies are not very beloved. Doc Hollywood's the only other one that might wind up in that top tier. But, yeah. All right. Anyway, you'll know where to find
There's
me.
also
in the
The Hard Way with James Woods.
That's a great fucking movie, actually.
I actually like that one, yeah.
That's a great fucking movie. A very underrated film. Actually, he has a patch of movies in that era that he did just after he found out he was sick.
Secret of My Success.
Well, that was one of the earlier ones, but like I'm talking about when he did Greedy, For Love or Money.
Greedy was kind of mediocre.
But he did a run of them though that were actually pretty good though for the most part. I mean, yeah, it wasn't great, but it was still pretty good, and it was all post Doc Hollywood.
Was there one that he's a concierge at a hotel?
That's For Love or Money. Yep.
There's Frighteners.
Yeah, that one and
Frighteners
Greedy was
later,
like,
but yeah,
he was quick to make those movies. They weren't that great.
That's what they were for. They were for him to make some money.
Yeah.
Anyhow, let's get rolling. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you on the morning show if you're around, kids. See ya. Tell Mark we said hey.